insightful experience together. They said that every opportunity to learn from a have you gone through your syllabus? There was a presentation given by the your PD madam, and maybe you've seen their program outcomes, right? You have seen it or not? Yes. So what are the different things that you have seen there? You have seen the vision of your program. You have seen the mission of your program. You have seen the program objectives, program specific objectives. Why this all are given? You have gone through the any subject syllabus. There are the course objectives, course outcomes. Have you seen now? Yes. My friends, every syllabus, every subject is having its own objective, having its own, we can say, the course outcomes. Every program is having its own program outcomes, and as a result of your assessment, as a result of your examination, we want to achieve that. And when you are going to achieve that objectives, then only we are going to say that you have completed this particular course satisfactorily. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying? If suppose you have the subject that is the finance, and whatever the course objectives are given, whatever the course outcomes are given, so we are going to achieve that course outcomes and that course objectives with the help of the assessment. And when you are going to achieve all the objectives of all the subjects, then I will say that you have completed your that particular semester or that particular, we can say, the program, and whatever the result is there, that result is going to take you to the next level of your program or next level of your, we can say, or we can say it is for the next semester. It is fine. So we are conducting the examinations to check whether our objectives or outcomes are achieved or not. Clear? That is one. Second, that girl is absolutely right. This is our worry. We have to finalize some of the, we can say, the system. We have to adapt some of the system through which we can promote from one class to the another class. And that is, okay, that is the reason for us the examinations are very, very important, or it is essential for us. That is the one. Second thing, you know that if you go to the X examination, Y examination, your passing criteria are changing. If you see MBA passing criteria, it is of a 40% marks. So why 39? If you are scoring the 39 marks, you are going to be declared as a fail. And when you are going to score 40 marks, you are going to be declared as a pass. So what is the difference between this 39 and 40? Why this 40? Why 40? Why not 39? See, so tomorrow he is going to score 39 marks, he is going to score 40 marks. We will declare her as a pass, we will declare him as a fail. So he will say, sir, what is the point? Only 1 marks difference is there. Declare me also as a pass. Can we do that? No, we cannot do that. Why? No? Criteria. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Good. Huh? Backbenchers. Always I feel that the backbenchers are very smart.
Minimum skill set required. Minimum skill set.
Right, okay. Minimum standard must be there. We have to achieve the minimum standard. You have to achieve the minimum baseline, which is going to be decided. Tomorrow somebody is going to say that, sir, what is there in 40 marks? We have to increase our standard. We make it 50 marks. Somebody is going to say like this. And he is not or she is not going to be wrong. Right? So this is a minimum baseline or minimum, that is, we can say, the standard that we have decided to declare you as a pass. Correct? Then we are giving the different type of examinations. You are appearing for the university examinations, you are appearing for the internal assessment and all this thing, right? Then why different assessments are there? If you are giving the I maybe some of you are maybe scored 80%, 90% of marks into the graduation, maybe into the 10th and 12th, right? So what kind of capabilities are checked there into the written examination at the 10th and 12th? Anybody is there who has scored 90% of the marks in 10th, 12th? Okay. Please raise your hands proudly. Okay, one. Only one? Two. Okay, three, four, five. Means plenty of students are there. They have the good academic record of 80-90% of the marks. But if I ask any question from the 12th or 10th, are you able to give the answer? No. Okay. She is saying that I am not able to give the answer. So what kind of testing was there in the 10th and 12th? अरे किस चीज का टेस्टिंग हुआ आपका? Concepts, but they have tested the power of your brain, whether you are going to remember the concept, whether you are going to reproduce the same concepts into the examination of knowledge. But you tell me, after the examination, after the month of the examination, do you remember all these things? No, you have washed out your memory. You have thrown it out of the memory because you realize that now my job is over. I have applied for the examination and I'm sure that I'm going to score the 80%, 90% of the marks and I'm going to be stood first in the college or class or whatever it may be. Are you getting my point? So my friends, we don't want to test your remembering power and all these things, and that is the reason we have the different examinations, and basically the internal examination that must be student-centric examinations. And when I'm going to say that student-centric examination means what? We have to see the student is going to perform well. Student is going to acquire the skills. I'm saying that skills, I'm not saying the knowledge. Students are going to acquire the skills which are required for that particular domain. I'm giving the small example to you. Suppose everybody in this auditorium knows how to prepare the roti. Everybody knows, even boys also knows. But if I ask the student, maybe some of the girls also, to prepare the roti, are you able to do that? How many of you are going to do that? Please raise your hand. Honestly. Okay. Almost all the girls hands are there up. Boys, nobody is there. But do you know why you are not able to prepare the roti? Because you have the knowledge which is theoretical, which is not practical. And nowadays, your existence will not be there on the theoretical knowledge. Your existence will be on your practical knowledge only. And that is the reason, as the Deputy Director of this institute, I request one of the things to you: whatever the knowledge you are going to acquire it practically. Don't acquire it theoretically. Are you getting my point? What I'm saying? And that is the reason, whatever the role plays are there, whatever the projects are there, or whatever the BBC sir was talking on the first day itself, that BBC is for the skill development. Whatever we are talking about the NSDC is for the skill development. Whatever we are talking about the minor project, major project, role plays, caselets, okay, this is for what? Skill building. Because we don't want the student who can come here, attend the classes, write the examination, and pass the examination, take the piece of paper as a degree, and go away. No, this is not going to fulfill your purpose. And that is the reason You have to develop your skills, you have to develop your competency, and you have to ensure that you are right person, you are the right student to get the job in the outside world. Are you getting my point? And that is the reason we have the different type of examinations, and our more focus is there on the internal examinations, not on the university examination. If you see how many papers are there in the semester number 1 for you, which is the new syllabus that we have designed, which is going to be implemented from this academic year, how many subjects are there? 10 are there. Okay, out of 10, how many courses or subjects are having the practical exam, university examination? Only 5. And which is of again 50 marks. And rest of the 5 papers are having the internal assessment, or we can say it is a continuous assessment. So what is the total percentage of the university examination in total examinations? It is a 25%. It is a 25%. Rest of the 75% assessment will be in the class on the practical basis. Is it clear? So my friends, when this is possible, if you are present in the class. If you are not present in the class, you just, forget your 75% of that. That is a assessment. Are you understanding why we are having the different kind of assessment? Right? I don't want to take much of your time because most, that is, we can say, the renowned personalities will be there into the auditorium at 11 o'clock, and after me there is one more presentation of the library will be there. So I don't want to waste much of your time. So I will go directly to the PPT. But remember that your assessment will be practical assessment, not a theoretical assessment. If you take the example of your third and fourth semester, how many university examinations are there? Third and fourth? Including third and fourth semester, only one university paper is there, and that is of a project management. Third semester, you have all the electives. That is a specialization paper. All internal assessments are there. Fourth semester, only one project management university examination is there. You can understand the importance of the internal assessment and the importance of your attendance in the class. Are you getting my point? So I will take on again. So what is the vision? Every department must have the vision and mission. Our college is also having the vision and mission. Your program is also having the vision and mission. And every department which functioning in the IMED is having its own vision and mission. So our department is also having the own vision and mission. And what is the vision and mission? We have to conduct the examination. And what kind of examination you have to conduct? We have to conduct the student-centric examination. Means we want, जैसे इसने बोला था कि we want to promote you, and for that reason I don't conduct the examination which are institute centric, which are easy for us to conduct the exam. Best way मैं आपको बताता हूँ, conducting the university examination is the easiest way of examinations, but we don't want that. So this is what we can say. Our vision is there. Mission is what? Design and implement the examination policies. And who is going to decide the examination policies? As an institute, we are going to decide the examination policies. As a faculty of management studies, we are going to design the examination policies. Means whatever the management institute we have in the Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Sangli, Karad, Kolhapur and Solapur, which are running under the umbrella of Bharati Vidyapit, we have the same examination policy. Right? So that is what we can say. Examination policy will be there. That is going to be transparent. That will be fair. And it is approved by the regulatory bodies. Second, timely, accurate, and confidential assessment. When we are saying that timely means what? We cannot burden you with all the assessment at the end of the semester. Your assessment will start from the day one itself. Your assessment will start from the day one itself, and it will continue throughout the semester. So every day, some of the other kind of assessment will be there, and you know that throughout the life, human is a student. You are learning something new on the daily basis. We have to, when you are going to sleep, you have to see, you have to think that what is value addition in you today. And if you are finding at the end of the day there is no value addition, underline your day is wasted. You have not achieved anything in your day, okay, or that day. What I want to show my friends, every day you have to ask the question to yourself, that is, what is my achievement of a day? And if answer is wrong, okay, answer is negative, just you have to think, I have wasted the time, right? So that is what. Then maintain the highest standard of academic integrity. Now, highest standard means what? I asked some of you that how much score you have in your 12th and 10th examination. You are afraid to raise the hand. And when you are afraid to raise the hand, means something is wrong. Means something is wrong. And why this something is wrong? Because you are not confident whatever the standard I have achieved, whether it is a real or not. So whatever the achievement that you are going to carry out in your life, that must be a real achievement. Ultimately, I will say your degree is a piece of paper, not more than that. It is only get pass to enter into the organization, not more than that. Tomorrow, when you decide to marry, even your husband and wife is not going to ask how much, okay, you were scoring at the graduation or 12, he's going to ask, or she is going to ask, what is your earning? So what is the value of the degree? Value of the degree is to enter into the organization. That's it, huh? But if you don't have this piece of paper, they will say that you are not up to the mark. You don't have this degree. So this is what is essential to provide the, we can say, the accurate support and information to the student, faculty, stakeholders regarding the schedule and all this thing. So definitely we are displaying all the schedules, but internal assessment may not have the schedule. Only whatever the Viva examinations will be there, whatever the university examinations will be there, definitely we are going to display the schedule for that. Objectives, the same thing is going to be there: fairness and impartiality, integrity and security, efficiency, and grievance redressal. Of course, when you go anywhere in the world, you will find some of the grievances will be there. If you take the example of your 3 members family, are the grievances are there? Are there or not? Forget about 3-member family. In the 2-member family. 2-member family means what? Husband and wife. You ever see the grievances there? Are the grievances are there or not? There are. If you take the Pune family code, you will find that every day 10 cases are registered for the divorce. And why these divorce cases are there in the code? Because 2 people system is not working as per the expectations. Every system is to work as per the expectation. And whose expectations? Expectations of the stakeholder. And who are the stakeholders of the that 2-person system? Husband and wife. What I want to say from this, if 2 people are together, there are grievances. If IMED is a family of 1,500 students, grievances must be there. Small. You have to come to me, or you have to come to your program director, coordinator. You have to solve that grievances. It is that much easy. And if the grievances are not there, means you don't have your standard at all. You have to fight with the student, not student, faculty, that sir or madam, I feel that I have whatever the assessment is there, this is not right assessment, it is not as per my standard, please have a look into it. And if you are going to say like this, we also get the confidence, no, student is having some skills in her or in him. So that is very essential part. So We have the university examination that will be semester wise, and we have the continuous internal assessment that is the program specific and subject specific. This is very essential. Program specific means suppose I'm teaching some, generally I teach to the MC. I'm going to teach to the first semester, that is a computer organization and architecture. So when I'm going to teach that subject, and if the madam is going to teach the financial management, both the assessments are going to be totally different, because one is finance subject, one is hardware subject of a computer. Because this is the only paper, if you see into your BCA and MC curriculum, which is related to the hardware. And if my friends, it is very difficult to understand the hardware. The reason there are a lot of circuits out there. I'm talking about electronic circuits. So total, what I'm saying, every subject will have its own assessment. Then we have the university examination papers of 50 marks. Then internal assessment will be 50 marks. And there were some papers, I have given the example to me the first semester itself, we have the 5 papers having the university examination, and another 5 papers will be there, which is having the total internal assessment. That is what we consider 100 marks assessment will be there, or maybe 50 marks assessment will be there. It is depends upon the number of credits. Number of credits. So number of credit, everybody knows what is the credit? Credit means 15 hours of the work. 15 hours of the work. Means if you are working for a 15 hours, we can say that you have worked for the 1 credit. If the 2 credit paper is there, means you have to work for the 30 hours. And altogether, for complete semester, how many credits are there? Generally, I am talking about undergraduate. Every semester is having the 20 credits. 20 multiplied by whatever it may be. So that is going to be final. That is, we can say the number of hours. This is actually, I don't know whether it is visible or not, but this is the university paper pattern. There will be 3 sections into the university examination. First section, it may not be visible to you. It may not be visible to you. I know that, because that log means auditorium, and IMED, that is this seminar hall. Screen difference is there. So if you see, there are 3, we can say the sections are there. In the section number 1, there are 3 questions are there. You have to solve any 2 questions from this. And if you see, every question is going to carry the only 5 marks. Second question is there. Again, there are 3, we can say the questions will be there. You have to solve any 2. And the third section will be there. Again, there are, we can say the 3 questions will be there. And you have to solve any 2 questions. So all together, section 1 will be of 10 marks. Section 2 will be of 20 marks. And section 3 will be of 20 marks. So total it is a 50 marks question paper will be there. Till date, your focus was on only this. For MBA, for MCA, your focus will not be this. You will understand as per your no, that's we can say the experience. So these are the components of the continuous assessment. If you say we have the caselets, case study, situation analysis, class test, internship, field assignment, role play, industry analysis, business plan, quiz, okay, scrapbook, presentations, mini project, book project, ad analysis, newspaper article analysis, digital posters, okay, publishing research paper, model development, open book test, book reviews, innovation of startup idea. So whatever this list is there, you are going to have this kind of an assessment at least for 1 subject. 10 subjects are there. So all these 10 subjects are going to cover all these assessments. And this is whatever this assessment is there is going to check your remember skill. No. What kind of skill this is going to check? What kind of skills are going to be checked with this? Sorry? Practical, okay. Then analytical, then application, okay. Do you know Bloom's taxonomy? Do you know Bloom's taxonomy? So how many layers are there in the Bloom's taxonomy? How many levels are there? How many levels are there? No idea. 4. if you check your question papers, Bloom's taxonomy levels are mentioned there. Bloom's taxonomy levels are mentioned there. कितने? मैडम ने बताया ना आपको अभी. कितने? 6. Okay. There are 6 Bloom taxonomy levels, and you are working to all the 6 levels. Right? So these are the responsibilities of the examination department. If your form filling, your form submission, of course it is online, but you have to approach to the examination department. Your result declaration, your result collection, your ledgers, okay, your whatever the certificates you need, clearance certificates, character certificates, bona fide certificates, all are provided by our examination section. And examination section is on the 3rd floor, 307, room number 307, 3rd floor. We are providing all these services. I don't want to read it, okay, all, but you have to ensure that whatever the we can say the process that we have for the examination, all examination process will be taken care by our examination department. So grading system, you know that nowadays marks are not coming, grades are coming, right? We can say it is a CGPA, it is a right, okay. So whatever the grading system is there, we are using the 10-point grading system. 10-point grading system, and it is a universally accepted. So these are the range of marks and the grade points are there. So what is the last one? If you say marks less than 40, grade will be D and the grade points will be 0. Means what? Yes, okay, you are absolutely right. It means that you are failed into that particular paper. And above 80%, it is that's outstanding grade. So this is the meaning of the grading system. So whatever the grades above 5 will show that you are the pass into that subset grade. I don't want to go in the detail here, but we have the for some papers you have the only internal assessment, for some papers you have the university assessment and the internal assessment. To combine we have the passing of a 5.0, 5.0. So, but there is a separate passing grades will be there. There will be separate passing grades for the internal assessment and the university assessment. So CGPA is calculated by adding the university marks out of 50 and internal assessment marks out of 50. Total marks of out of 100 are converted to the grade point, which will be your CGPA. These are the people who are working into the examination department. Myself, I'm the head of the examination department. Then Mr. Adik Pawar is there, who is the head clerk there. Mr. Jamdar is there, which is who is a senior class there. Suraj Thorat is there, junior class. Sharwari Gotpagar madam is there, she is also a junior class. And Raju Patil is there, who is the peon. So these many people are working into the examination section. All are very good people. If you go with the some queries, some problems, definitely they are trying to solve it. If they are not able to solve at their level, they are directly approaching to me, and definitely I am providing the solution for that. So these are the people who are working there. So this much from my side as a part of the examination. But my only one request is there to all of you. Examination is only criteria to promote you, but ultimately you are here for your bread and butter. You don't have excuses now to your parents that I will go to the PG because you are already part of the PG. You cannot give the excuse that I will go for the further studies and then I will get the placement. This excuse is not there with you. For okay, whatever this MBA or MC is there, this is the do or die situation for all of you. You have to perform well here. Okay, get the placement from the college and enjoy the life. But take these 2 years very seriously, sincerely. Not for you, many times maybe your parents are very good, they are providing all the support to you and you are enjoying okay on their support. Don't do that. But at least not for you, but for your parents, you have to work very hard for these 2 years, achieve something in your life. Then definitely your parents are going to proudly say, my son or my daughter is working into this organization, earning this of the money, and that is a proud moment for every parent. And I want the same thing from your parent also. So please think of your parents also, think of your future also, and don't waste the time getting to the IMED. Every minute you try to utilize for your betterment. Every day you have to find out what is your achievement, and if you're doing this, I'm sure that you are going to achieve something best in the life. I wish you all the best for your 2 years. Stay in the IMED. I'm sure that everybody will get the placement, but you have to take the placement, okay, which is going to satisfy you and your parents. So thank you, organizing committee, for inviting me for the presentation. Thank you.
For the informative session. The library is a silent teacher that inspires learning, research, and continuous growth. With that thought, we now invite Library Head Dr. Ireka Sir to present the detailed orientation about library.
Hello. 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 Good morning, students. Good morning. Thank you. Okay. I will give a brief review about our IMED library. We call our library as a knowledge resource center. The library was established, it was started in the year 1978. The same year when IMED got started. So it is a 48 years old library, one of the oldest library in Pune city as well as in state of Maharashtra. Library definitely plays very important role in shaping the career of a student. How you are going to use the library resources available for you, that is at your discretion. I am not going to say do this and do that. How you are going to use it, that you have to decide, because you have already paid for the library services. So if you have already paid for the library services, then it becomes your responsibility, not mine, how to use it. I will give you the brief review about the resources available in the library, and then I will sum up my informatory speech. This is the vision and mission of our library. When you will visit the library, you will be in position to read. I will not give my time to this. Total 77,000 books are available in the library. Total 77,900 books are available in the library. 10,000 titles are available. Titles means subjects. Total number of textbooks are 67,348. Apart from this, there are 10,000 additional reference books for you. About reference books, you can't take it out from the library premises. You can sit in library, you can read those books, you can make your notes with the help of those 10,000 reference books. And e-books, 6,773. So this much collection in terms of books, this oldest library is having. These are the e-books and case studies. We have part publication e-books, Gales Engage ebooks, PSM, National Digital Library ebooks, Wiley, and case studies are also available from Sage Business Publications. Every Monday, you will get a mail on your institute account. In that mail, you will get all these links, username with password. So no need to run here and there. Every Monday, you open your mailbox, you will get all these details. These are the other resources available in the library. Periodicals 32. We have 12 international journals which are available in the library. National journals 20. 8 newspapers are also available for you. Apart from this, some online journals are available, that is 32. If someone wants to refer the PhD thesis, 153 PhD thesis are also available with you. Journal bound volumes means previous years journals, they clubbed and they create a bounded volume. So suppose you want to read Harvard Business Review for the year 22-23. The hardbound is available there. You can request them, you can refer them. All these resources you cannot take out from the library premises. You have to sit and you have to read and you have to refer. These are 3 important internationally acclaimed online databases available for you. First database is ProQuest, very popular database, especially for both specialities, management education as well as computer education. Many research articles, working papers you will find on this ProQuest. All top journals from the world are part of this ProQuest database. So you will be in position to get research paper of any author, of any religion, of any subject related to management sciences and computer sciences from this ProQuest database. Second important database, very popular today, is a Scopus database, where again you will be in position to refer, download the papers, research papers, download the research articles, and you can use it. Third important online resource is Edzer online resource, that is Edzer e-library, where you will get magazines, journals, newspapers, back volumes of those available on this Edzer e-library. So suppose you want to read MIT Sloan, Edzer is the platform available. MIT Sloan is not available in the library, but no problem. Edzer, you can use it, you can read that. Suppose any IIM journal you want to read, not available in our library, for example. Edzer is a platform where you can use those platform and you can read those articles. The library is giving you the book bank facility. Whether to take or not to take, it's your decision. What is book bank facility? Every semester you will have 8 to 10 subjects. For each subject, they will issue one book. So set of books in the beginning of semester, they will hand it over to you, those who are interested. Throughout the year, you can use that book. You can take it out at your native, at your place, and you can read that. After completion of university examination, you have to return that set of books back to the library. Once you return the set of books back to the library, they will allow you to take again the book bank set for the next semester. If unfortunately student fails to submit the book bank, there will be 2 actions. Number 1, penalty will be charged, and number 2, book bank set will not be issued for the next semester. So those who are going to take the book bank facility, it is mandatory for them to return the books after university examination, and then only they can claim for the book bank of the next semester. These are the digital library facility and reading room facility. Library is at the second floor. You can visit today also. Digital library capacity of 35. First come, first serve basis. You will get opportunity to sit into digital library. Reading room followed by digital library. Reading room is available where at one go 60 plus students can sit and can read. These are the timings: 9 to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, and Saturday the timings are 9 to 1 p.m. These are the library rules. I will not spend my time on this. These rules will be mailed to you all, so kindly read that. Generally, how a student can use it? The students who got best placements, all students are getting placement. But those who are got the top placement, we have discussed with them and we have asked the question to them: how you have used our library, IMED library? Number one, read beyond textbooks. More than 10,500 additional books which are not related to computer sciences or management education are available. Read. This is a suggestion from those students, not from my side. Number two, read. Every day they were referring the newspapers like a CEO. They were not reading those newspapers to understand what happened yesterday. They were reading those newspapers because they want to predict what will happen next day. And for that purpose, they were reading those newspapers. Third, use research database instead of Google. What we have observed about the successful student, their assignments were evidence-based, not copy-paste. And if you want to make your assignment evidence-based, then we have to search for evidence. And if you want to search for evidence, means we are going to search for data. Then only it will become an evidence-based assignment. And when it will become evidence-based assignment, that student will stand alone than others. Develop a habit of reading research papers. ProQuest, Scopus are available. Use that. It will help you to develop your analytical and logical thinking also, and your interpretation ability. Use library to build your career. What is required in placement? Yesterday you have a very long session about the placement, so I will not comment or make any contribution into that. But how to build your career? Just having the bookish knowledge, just having those things are not enough. There are many other qualities, competencies they will assess. Whether I'm having those competencies or not, how to develop those competencies. Just reading those books are not enough. Read some additional things which are there in the library. If you are going to do that, definitely you will be in position to build your career. For example, personality development books. For example, developing attitude, aptitude, ability. There are books. If anyone wants to go for government exams, public sector exams, there are books. Use those books to shape your career. Make a library your innovation space. Read, maybe you will get an idea. Discuss those ideas with your colleagues, with your friends. Not only from management education, from computer sciences students with the management students, and make your library as an innovation space. Transform yourself to a lifelong learner. It is a very difficult journey. converting ourselves to a lifelong learner. How it begins? It begins from classroom. Classroom will tell you what type of knowledge you should acquire, and it will assist you to acquire that knowledge. Step number one. Step number two, about that knowledge, library will give you that depth. And when you will develop this habit to go into depth of each topic, automatically you will be get converted into a lifelong learner. So classroom learning to lifelong learner, a bridge is required, and that bridge is a library. So that's why it is important that you should visit the library on regular basis. This is the library staff. Dr. Ranjana Jadhav madam is the very experienced employee. She is heading the library. Dr. Umesh Kulkarni, Mrs. Vaishali Kadam, Mr. Shivaji Lokhande, and Mr. Shubham, they are the supporting staff for the library. So when you will go to the second floor of the library, you will find these people. So do visit the library on regular basis. Use those resources to shape your career. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the informative session. We now begin with our keynote session. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Vijay Bijlani, a distinguished entrepreneur, educator, and business strategist. Dr. Bijlani is the founder, director of Saho Foods and brings over decades of leadership experience with renowned organizations such as Coca-Cola, Shoppers Stop, and Asian Paints. He is a doctorate in entrepreneurship from SPJN Global, mentors startups at premier institutions including IIM Mumbai, and is a TEDx speaker. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Vijay Bijlani. May I request Dr. Mahadik sir to kindly come forward and felicitate Dr. Vijay Bijlani sir. Big round of applause. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I just got to know that today is your birthday. Am I right? Fourth. And I'm sure there are many doubts, many questions, many apprehensions, many fears in your head that how this day is going to be or how days from here are going to be. I'll try and make sure that they are very light. Don't feel overwhelmed and don't feel that this is something out of the world. Is it okay? Are you good? So I'll just make sure I'll try and make it as lighter as we can. And if in between if you fall asleep, don't feel odd. It's okay to feel that you're feeling sleepy. I can be very boring. I'll try and make it a little entertaining, but I'll make sure that you at least have a smile after the session. Okay? That's what I can promise you for sure. Because what I understand is you're here for entrepreneurship. Am I clear? Are we all of us here for entrepreneurship? Yes. We aspire to be entrepreneurs. Yes. Right. So let's see what entrepreneurship, what all entrepreneurship can offer, right? And I'm very grateful for all the kind words were used for my introduction. But trust me, these are all weights on the CV that you put in. But fundamentally, what you actually do on ground matters the most. How many of you are okay with the speed that I'm talking at? This is okay? Beach mein Hindi, Marathi, Sindhi is okay? No, I'm a Sindhi, so if at all you guys are okay, I can use that as well. So these are all weights that you put it on your CV, but what will matter is what you do after 4 years, 5 years, when you look back and connect the dots, you should be happy about it. कि मैंने ये 2 साल का course किया. There is something that I took up, and I am proud of it. Okay? Let's see if we can put that thing together. Now, very, very important questions we will answer first. Right? First thing first, my height is 6 feet 3 inches. I don't want anybody to go wrong on that front. So that you have exact data. Okay? Second important question. I am not related to Sangeeta Bijlani. There's no more dur ke bhai behan kuch nahi hai hum log. So these are two important questions that everybody has when they meet me. Other than that, if you have any specific questions, and if you ask nicely, don't beat me with a chappal or a limbu or a tomato. I'll be happy to answer that. And as far as format of this conversation is concerned, try and see if you can keep it like a dialogue rather than a monologue. And for the best interest of specific people in the first two rows, उनको spondylitis ना हो जाए, मैं नीचे उतर के बात करता हूँ. Is this okay? Okay, all right. So, अच्छा, photo भी लगा दिया. Where does this business starts? What is the first point of business? Idea. How many of you said idea? Just raise your hand. I love the way you raise hands. Such confident hand raise now. Just raise it above your shoulder. What is the first point? Idea is the first point. And how many words are there in an idea? In the word, how many alphabets are there in idea? I, D, E, A, right? How long you should it take to explain your idea? How many words do you need to explain your idea? How many slides you should need to explain your idea? It's very easy to write a long answer. And after that still say, what the hell did you say? It's like Three Idiots thing, right? Da 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 da. कहना क्या चाहते हो? किताबें भूल गए. तो सीधे नहीं कह सकते थे. पहले कोशिश की थी. That's the dialogue, right? So we love to complicate things as human minds. We love to say this is a straight line. Oh, how can it be straight? It has to be zigzag. You love to make it complicated. And that's the reason I chose this topic to speak about today. That's the part of IIT Madras program called as Design Thinking, and I made this there. I thought maybe this will be a good point to talk about it because I knew all of you would be expecting idea as the first starting point, but idea is not the first starting point. The first starting point is the first step that you take before even idea. The very fact that all of you are in this room embracing entrepreneurship. There could have been any other program also, right? IT kar sakte the, kuch bhi kar sakte. The very fact that you have chosen entrepreneurship, you have started the journey. Ideas आएंगी, जाएंगे. But as an entrepreneur, you will be alive forever from now. So a huge round of applause for you guys. How many of you aspire to become entrepreneurs? The rest are still figuring out. That's okay. I am more than happy that people who said that we are still figuring out. We are okay to be here, and we are happy about that. We don't know whether we will end up being there. At least we want to learn about it. In fact, people who raised hands are less courageous than those people who didn't raise hands. Why? To come out and say that I don't know is difficult, right? आज तो बच्चा पैदा होता है और बोलता है I know everything. I am Jane Alpha. How can you doubt that I don't know? नर्स को सिखाता है इंजेक्शन किधर मारना है. That's the generation. This is the generation which says that no, we don't know. We are here to figure out. So this is the session for people who raise their hands, but it's more for those people who didn't raise their hands. ठीक है? अब ये भाई साहब को जाने देते हैं, दूसरे भाई साहब को जाने देते हैं. Do we recognize this man? कौन मिला है इनसे? Don't bother, nobody. This line is so simple. It says that you do not really understand something unless you can explain it to your grandmother. Imagine if I go and tell that I am a founder of Sao Food, I do mentoring, coaching, and my grandmother looks at me like this.
बोलना क्या कहता है? What the hell do you do? खरीदता क्या है, बेचता क्या है? That's how she will understand, right? So fundamentally, if you can't explain to either a grandmother or a young child that what you do, which means you yourself have not understood what you're doing. It has to be explained that simple. Life is very easy when it is complicated. Very easy, right? Come naturally, no? Effort is when you make it simple. Right? So we'll see how it progresses from there. So what we are going to talk about is blueprint of business. This session is called as blueprint of business. Now, there are wild minds who might be thinking of something else about blueprint also. Don't go there. Be clear. It's a. Have you seen a design of a building, which is this big, right? There are more detailing in that. That's also called blueprint. But what we are talking about is blueprint of an idea. Now you might say that I want to be part of, Tata Motors, Tech Mahindra. So this session is not for me. No, if you're a product manager there, you're going to present your new idea. You're going to launch a new product. You're going to launch something there. So same concept will be applied there as well. Whether you do it for yourself or your own company or you do it for some other brand. Fundamentals don't change. इतना ठीक है? Business is business. माँ के लिए अलग नहीं, पिताजी के लिए अलग नहीं, वीरू भाई जी के लिए अलग नहीं, कोको कोला के जनरल मैनेजर के लिए अलग नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. Business is business. ठीक? Okay? So it's what is the blueprint? Blueprint is there are more definitions. The one which I have highlighted is a framework that outlines necessary steps to achieve strategic goals. Now there's another genius called Peter Drucker. We will not go there. There are lot many. Who have heard of Peter Drucker? Peter Drucker. Yeah, I see one hand. Yes, very good. Peter Drucker is a genius in management. He's a management thinker and has designed amazing theories, and we will touch upon that later on. But yeah, a management thinker, management guru. You can read about him as much as you like because you will be using it in your own business, in your own projects. So it's a framework, basically just a framework which says this is a blueprint of my business idea. And to achieve something, बना के उसको तिजोरी में तो रखना नहीं. Like we keep gold, खरीदा और gold अंदर डाल दिया, and we still buy more and keep increasing the prices in India. It's a framework that you have to use it to achieve something. So are we good so far? Yes. Going too fast? No. Too slow? Too boring? Should I get out? No. I'll be more than happy if you tell me to. No? Okay. All right. So what is BOB? BOB is a blueprint of business, ka short form, not Bank of Baroda. It says what are must-haves of a blueprint. Now, strategies. We will talk about strategies also. So one aspect of blueprint is strategies. Second aspect of blueprint is technique. How you're going to use that blueprint. Third aspect is skill. Fourth aspect is a challenge. Okay, now just bear with me. This might sound very heavy to you, but it's not difficult to handle. So there are strategies behind every action in the business that you take. Okay. So for example, there's a strategy called as backward integration. Have you heard of backward integration? Anybody? Anybody? Try. You want to make an attempt? No? थोड़ा explain कर पाएंगे? कोशिश करना. Backward मतलब क्या होता है? पीछे जाना. Go back. Right? Integration मतलब क्या होता है? साथ में लेके आना. So that's how I used to write my answer. So question के अंदर से जो समझ में आंसर लिख लो. But actually that's how it is. Backward integration is nothing but when you go a step back in your business. Okay? I'll give you one example, then I expect you to give me more examples. Let's say I am a hospital. Okay? And I use medical equipments, medicines, right? I decide to have a manufacturing plant of one particular medicine which I use maximum. and I say that I won't buy, I will make. And that particular medicine contributes 30% of my cost of expenses that I do, and the guy who is supplying to me makes 50% margin, which means 30% के अंदर actual cost उसकी 15% की है. So in overall scheme of things, I will save 15% of my cost. Therefore, I decide to go back and start manufacturing of that particular medicine also. I am fundamentally a service organization. Hospital is a service organization. We don't sell products. As hospital, we sell services. But now on, I decide to become a medicine manufacturer as well, who will supply to one of the own companies which will consume it captively. So that is called backward integration. Can anybody think of real world examples? No penalty by going wrong. I mean only encouragement. Can you think of such examples? Backward integration. No? Anybody? Live example?
For an example.
You have? Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Restaurants. Like?
They use flour, wheat, vegetables, so they can for them.
No, I am saying live example. Fundamentally, you're right. Conceptually, you're right. I'm saying, do you know any business which took a call to become a backward integrated company?
तो चाइना में बहुत सारी कंपनी है जो रिलेशन जनरेट करती है.
चाइना में बहुत सारी कंपनी. कोई एक एग्जांपल दे पाएंगे आप?
जैसे कि हमारे यहाँ यूट्यूब चलता है तो वहाँ कोई दूसरा प्लेटफॉर्म उसका नाम है.
हाँ नहीं, बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन का पूछ रहे हैं एग्जांपल. कोई बिजनेस था एक वैल्यू चेन के अंदर. मान लीजिए वैल्यू चेन के अंदर प्रोड्यूसर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, रिटेलर, कंज्यूमर है. आप रिटेलर हो, रिटेलर से आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को एलिमिनेट करके मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में आ गए. ऐसा कोई एग्जांपल है आपके दिमाग में? Anybody?
Tata.
Yes, like?
Tata Salt and they manufacture. Previously, they used to rely on other companies, but now they're manufacturing salt as well.
You use the right name, but I'll give you a better example. Let's say I am Tata Motors. What component and my component for Tata for steel is, let's say, 30%, right? Does it make sense for me to have my own steel company and start a steel, which makes value-added products? So there are such examples that you can find plenty and many, which you will use it in your business, because it will be very important for you to own the value chain. Value chain समझते हैं? Value chain क्या होता है? What is value chain? Value chain is nothing but stakeholder involved. Let's say manufacturer, distributor, retailer, consumer. Now you can't replace a consumer, you need a consumer. But there are other three, you can be one of them or you can be all of them. And I will distribute on my own. I will have my own retail store and I will straight give it to the consumer. So let's say a Zepto starts a Zepto cafe. What is Zepto as a fundamental company?
Distribution.
What distribution? It's a distribution company, right? And when they start their own cafe, what are they doing? What they are saying is, I'll sell, let's say, 100 burgers. Of that 100 burgers, 30 will be made mine in my own cafe. That is called backward integration. Are we clear? Backward integration के बारे में?
Yes.
वैसे ही forward होता है. And वैसे ही दूसरी strategy भी होते हैं, which we will not spend much time today because we need to wrap this up. So this is an integral part of a blueprint. कि fundamentally मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ कि ये value chain के अंदर या कर क्या रही हूँ, ये value chain के अंदर there are 3 players, but this particular chain is weak. What the quick commerce guys said, I need to pick up a phone. Earlier days, I'm sure your parents, you can discuss with them. They used to call the general store down, ye bhej dijiye. Right? This is how it used to happen traditionally. Not anymore. Go to your app, order, 10 minutes mein delivery. No human interface. They just digitize that entire activity. They are nothing but a replacement of a local general store. So that particular part is a strategy that they saw, that this is a missing link. of so many households in India, and we can replace them. So once they saw it, what happened later? Others also saw it. And then there was a Insta, then there was a Blinkit, or whatever, in whatever order they were launched. So this is a missing link in the value chain that they saw. Too heavy? Yeah, समझ में आया सबको? So you will find out that where am I wanting to place myself as a business? It always starts small. They never thought they will be as big as that. But today, the brand has become very big because XYZ thinks they did right. Parallelly, if you look at another genius called Michael Porter, how many of us have heard Michael Porter? Again, authority in management who talks about fundamental strategies which you will be using every day. Trust me, I'm not joking. Every day those strategies will be used by you. Let's say कहानी बताता हूँ मैं आपको. एक business उठाते हैं. Let's say you are in the manufacturing of this chair. What is this made of? Sorry? Metal. MS. IM जिसको कहना चाहिए. And what is this chair made of? Right? Somebody would have seen an opportunity, right? That I need to make a chair which will replace this chair. Now, उन्होंने क्या सोचा होगा? The guy who made a plastic chair, what all they would have thought? एक बार एक करके हाथ रेस कीजिए, tell your name and then tell me what they would have thought. Yes, please. What's your name, please?
I am Suryash.
Suryansh. Suryash. Okay.
Iron जो है वो rust होता है.
Rust. Very good. Okay. Let's switch one. Yes, please.
My name is Mansi.
Mansi.
So it should be cost efficient.
Cost efficient. Fantastic. Name, please. Divyansh. Okay. Lightweight. Portability. Very good. Anybody raised here? Did I see somebody? Please raise. Name, please. Name, please. Harsha, say last name. Harsha, what did you say?
I was giving the example.
Same, lighter weight, portability. Yes. Anybody else? Yeah.
It would be looking better than the
Aesthetics. Fantastic. Yes, please. Anushka. Quality. Fantastic.
Comfort.
No, name? Om. Yes, Om. Comfort. Comfort why? Evidently, right? Is there a question here? चुप रहिए, right? आप लोग को? मैं तो मजे से उसमें बैठा था, सर के साथ. आप मेरे को वो दिया, आप लोग को ये दिया. No, in fact, this is much cheaper. You guys have got the premium one. Okay, but these are no long lasting, and they have a cushion. So comfort, very good. Om. Yeah. Who else? Yes, please. Huh?
Cost effective.
What is your first name and what is your second name? इसमें से cost effective में से. I said 5 times, right? First name and then.
Sorry. Akash, myself, Akash. Cost effective.
Cost effectiveness. You mean that metal is more cheap, more expensive than plastic? Yeah. You know what? You need to deep dive a little more. What is the scale of operations for a metal chair and a manufacturing scale of a plastic chair? Which will be faster? Mold, एक बार बना दिया, tan. That itself can be a business. This is how your ideas can germify. And you can actually build simple businesses. Innovation के लिए कोई वो जो पहले बाबा बैठे थे जिन्होंने उतना बड़ा लाइन बोला था, you don't have to look like him or you don't have to be like him. You can just look around and find solutions. Are we good here? Yes. Too heavy? No. Now, next is technique. So first was strategies. Next is technique. Knowledge, and now coming techniques. There's something called as superimposing. Now, let's say you chose to be in a chairs business, and now you say that I will have to distribute this in the market. So I will not do distributor, retailer. I will have my own stores. You're saying I'm a manufacturer and I'm also a retailer. Can anybody give an example of a brand which is around us? You guys are using these products also today existing, which says that I'm a manufacturer and I'm a retailer also.
Amul.
That's your name?
No, Gaurav.
Gaurav, yeah.
Amul dairy and products that they have the stores too and they manufacture the same.
Very good example. Very good. Divyansh. Lenska. Yes, please.
My name is Suyash and IKEA for furniture.
IKEA manufactures and has their stores. Lovely. Yes, please.
Tata Motors.
They have their own distribution. Fantastic. Great examples. अब मैं यहीं खड़े होके बात सॉरी बैठो हाँ बोलो
iPhone and Apple and Samsung.
how you think they manufacture their own screens? No. So Apple doesn't manufacture, Tata manufactures in India for them. But Apple doing retail. So Siddharth said Apple as an example. Now Apple might not be manufacturing themselves. So there's a strategy in manufacturing called as make or buy. Whether I make myself or buy from a vendor. What they have chosen is they will get it made. But they have distribution channel. The power of the brand is so strong. In fact, there is another complex layer in the example that he's used, which is fantastic. I was not wanting to do it, but thank you for raising that. Within manufacturing also, you can have another strategy, like superimposing. We are talking about superimposing, right? Manufacturing may be those strategy here, which is buy or make. Distribution may be those strategy here, which is do it your retail store or franchise retail store. So this technique will be used every time. So it is important to know. Storytelling. Now imagine 3 Idiots being made as Pushpak. Do you know there's a movie called as Pushpak? How many of you know? Raise your hand who all know it. What is the unique about Pushpak movie? What is unique about Pushpak? विराट की उड़ा. Who else raised? Pushpak का नाम किसने सुना? Yes, right, sir. Pushpak was Kamal Hassan. Pushpak was the first and perhaps only last, which was a silent movie. There was not a single dialogue. How many of you seen that movie? None of you, I'm sure. But try and pick that movie. You might be wondering, right? Without a dialogue, how this movie was made? Trust me, it is super entertaining. You will love it. Imagine a 3 Idiots made in Pushpak form. कोई बात नहीं कर. How will the message go? So it is the art of the storyteller. No matter how great presentation, fantastic suit boot lagao, if you are not able to explain your idea, nothing will work. A simple movie called Lapata Ladies gets to Oscar. What was the best part? Simplicity. Simplicity. Any examples on the movie side? Swades. Yeah. Still there was a Shah Rukh Khan in that. Yeah. Chichore, yes, great example. There are so many things around you. Now why movies? Let's think about more facets of life. 14-year-old guy, yeah, Tondu Wondu ekdam walks on the field and gives nightmare to world greatest bowlers. उसको इंग्लिश नहीं आती है, टूटी फूटी बात करता है, and the world is looking at him. Have you seen how simply he speaks? His story. How is he narrating his story? Where do you see story? On the pitch, on the scoreboard. That's how he's expressing. So that's what makes your story palatable, believable. If you don't have that conviction to speak about it in a very simpler form, nobody will. Now, challenge. Let's take an example of 3 Idiots itself. What was the challenge that movie was trying to answer? Raise your hand, name, and explain. Yes, please. Anushka. Education system. Well done, Anushka. One round of applause for Anushka. ताली क्यों बजा रही? Was that a great answer, really? How many of you knew that was the answer? All of you should know, right? अनुष्का के आंसर पे ताली नहीं बजाया, choice of words पे बजाया. Education system. She could have also said that my name is Anushka, I live in Pune, I am a la 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 la, and by the way, education system is what is the challenge, kata. मैं बोलता मैं घूम के आता हूँ. She said it simply, education system, kata. It says it all. So what this there's a specific word in communications, that is called as brevity, conciseness. She exercised that part. Okay? So not only storytelling is important, but also having a challenge in your story is important that you got to solve. Otherwise, क्या करोगे life? If you don't have an opportunity, that opportunity will lie in a challenge. And हम बोलते हैं यार problems बहुत हैं. Hostel, how many of you are from hostel? How many of you stay here on hostel? I'm not asking anything further, just raise your hand. I come from a hostel life as well. I can empathize. But कुछ नहीं होने वाला. जितना रोगे वो वैसे ही रहने वाली चीजें. The best thing is accept it and live it. But this life, this hostel days, trust me, are the most memorable days that you feel. These challenges, where is you find opportunities? You heard, right? They were sitting in college dropouts, garage में उन्होंने company बना दी, $1 billion बना दिए. That's how stories are created. Correct? So try and see if you can be closer to challenges and not problems. It's the same thing fundamentally, but the way you look at it is very different. So if we quickly see what we thought, what we learned, knowledge, blueprint में होना चाहिए आपके पास, which is, this is the slide. Knowledge, technique, skill, and challenge. Are we good? Too heavy? कोर्स भाग तो नहीं जाओगे, मेरे को मारेंगे तो नहीं ये लोग कि मेरे स्टूडेंट को भगा दिया आप लोगों ने? No, right? What is the back size? 240. My God, एक भी भागना नहीं चाहिए. They should call me back. Okay. Now you would have noticed there are reference points as well. So these are books which I have mentioned. आप बोलोगे कि एक और आ गया books पढ़ाने के लिए. No, these are not the books which are related to your academics. These are books which will inspire you. You might find great ideas in it. You heard about Sao Foods. That's the brand I founded with my close friends. I'll just take a very brief time to explain you what is Sao trying to solve. So Sao's story has 5 chapters. First is consumer. Now looking at the picture of the consumer, what do you think will be her social strata? उनकी family income कितनी होगी ये picture को अगर देखो तो? Raise your hand, name and answer. Will she be from a wealthy family, wealthy, socio-economic class A? Common woman, right? फोटो से दिख रहा है, okay? कुछ पढ़ते नहीं है, सिर्फ फोटोस पे ध्यान देते हैं. What is the next chapter saying? What is the photo? Van, which means what? Is it digital or is it also physical? Brick and mortar. Correct? Third, what is important in a story, in a consumer story? Brand name. Nike का tick काफी है. They spent billions and billions of dollars just to associate with that tick. So brand name. Why processor? वहाँ पे दिख रहा है, there are ladies working, right? Why is that important? Because food is something that you don't consume the way nature gives you. केले का छिलका उतार के खाते हो, right? सीधा छिलके के साथ खाते हो. It's a processing activity that you did. Similarly, every food is not direct consumption. It goes through certain processes which are natural, which can be otherwise as well. So processing in any food business is important. And then chapter 1, which is farmers. If somebody has to produce it. If people will not produce, how will you consume? Food has to be produced. Food cannot be manufactured. Am I there? A chair can be manufactured, but food has to be produced. And did you notice there's a difference in the way I explained the story? What was the difference? Sorry. How many people have same names? Did I say raise your hand, name and say, please? Anushka. I said it from backwards. Any idea why did I do this? Akshay.
You saw the problem.
Sorry?
You saw the problem. Then the solution.
Look, why did I start backwards? Yes, please.
Curiosity to know the whole journey. Like अगर हम
इसमें से आपका नाम क्या है?
Sakshi.
Thank you, Sakshi. Yes, please tell me what is that?
Curiosity to know the whole journey.
I am curious to know my own journey, and hence I started backwards. Curiosity. Acha. Oh, interesting point. What Sakshi is saying is, because you were curious, you kept on going backward. Interesting answer. But I'll give you more details. Why did we start? Why did I start the story backward? And this is exactly how the business was built. In a consumer brand, what is the most important? Consumer itself. Your story has to start from consumer. Simple. You identify the consumer, see what the problem wants, where she is going. Let's say the lady, the photo that you can see on the picture, she must be traveling by railways or airways. She can afford a flight ticket, right? What is her problem? Resources. Do you think uske sapne nahi hai? How many of you have housemates at home who come and do housework? Kitne log hain? Please raise your hand. How many of you think they have their children don't have aspirations? None of you should think that. Even their children have aspirations. What is the privilege that you and I have is we have access to those aspirations. Those guys don't have. That's what South Food stands for today. Now you can read it down. Am I hiding? Am I covering that? It says access to aspirations of healthy food. So a dry fruit at 20 rupees is what we invented with. Ask any of your security guy or a maid. Tell them, when did you buy a dry fruit last at 20 rupees? When did you buy a dry fruit first place? They'll say, are you joking? मेरी औकात नहीं है ड्राई फ्रूट खरीद की. आप लोग खरीद के दोगे मैं अपने बच्चों को खिलाऊंगी. And she waits for Diwali. South Food saw that as an opportunity. So we did all healthy food options, be it cookies, be it dry fruits, be it savories, at price points of 5 and 20. You know what is the audience in India which is looking for these solutions at that price points? 100 crore. Untapped market, no brand wanting to do healthy food for the common and man. One slide, all the 4 things are used. Did I tell you like a story? Story में क्या होते हैं? Chapter होते हैं. लिखा है. Did I use knowledge? What is this knowledge? When you go till the farmer, what is it called? Backward integration. Which all technique is used? Which all strategy is used? It is written there. Differentiation. So there is a strategy called as differentiation by Michael Porter. That is also used. So superimposing technique, right? And also presenting the same thing in the form of a case study to 240 people. It's a story. So all 4 things used in one slide and explained to you. दादी हो, नानी हो, सबको समझ में आएगा क्या. ठीक है? So this is an example of use case. What does a use case mean? Like a case study. These are all references. I will not go in detail. Now there's nobody prompts. If you know the brand name, raise your hand, tell your name and answer. So we are going from left to right. First one. Can you tell me which brand is that? Anybody? Oh, thank you. Anybody? No? Please feel free to go around. Sorry, no, that's not how you should answer. Raise your hand, name. Did you say you want to finish? Raise your hand. Answer. Name. Manisha. Chocolates? No, I'm asking the brand name, not the business.
Myself home Zepto.
Sorry, sir. What's your name?
Myself
Om.
Zepto.
Zepto. Okay. Zepto का branding color कौन सा है? हाँ कौन सा है? Yeah. Yes, please. Fab. I think your name was something else. Anushka. Sorry. Yeah. Fab India. Fab India क्या बना रहा है kitchen में? No. Yes, please.
Myself Surya. Is it Blue Tokai?
Blue Tokai. Okay. You are very close. It's Taj Mahal Blue Bond. How many of you know a place called Bandra in Bombay? How many of you been there? Have you seen a store of Taj tea there? This is that store. और कहीं देखा है ताज का दुकान? They have only this outlet where they have experimented direct consumer interaction. So a tea manufacturer says no distributor, no retailer, no restaurant. Tea cannot be sold in a general store, right? It can be only tea leaves can be sold. They said we will launch our cafe to get the first-hand consumer interaction. This is one of the things that you achieve as exam. So this is Taj Mahal. Yes, next brand. What have they done? Lasting consumer relations, desired brand positioning. So they get to know what is their consumer talking about. This should be easy. No prompting, please raise your hand. Yes, please.
So my name is Charity. That's a lens card.
That's a lens card. That's very good. Thank you. What are they saying? Next day delivery.
It's only available in city.
No, that's their problem to solve. We are not in that business. But yeah, you have a point. Fundamentally, what they are saying is earlier when you used to buy a chashma, it used to take 3 days, 4 days. Not anymore. We'll give it to you next day. Conditions apply. It should be one power, not multi-power, or not cylindrical. But that's a proposition they saw. That out of the 100 consumers that they get, 40-50% or whatever is that percentage is single lens, single focal. At least for them, this is a solution, right? And they made it as what? Strategy to differentiate themselves from the competition. Correct? This is easy. Somebody ate Uber Eats.
DoorDash.
You change your name every minute.
Surya. DoorDash.
DoorDash.
It's a US based.
Eat shirt. No. Look at the color at the bottom. Harsh. Yeah. Uber Eats was absorbed by someone else. Who's that someone else? Zomato. Color says it, right? Lal color tha. Right? And it says increase market share, expand offerings, scale to reduce cost. Uber Eats was bought out by Zomato. Hence that it shows that we ate Uber. It's a strategy to expand. There were some markets that Zomato was not there. They bought out Uber Eats. They got the market access. That is also a strategy. Simple as that. Now this is my favorite. I need the brand name or the context name of particular picture that you see in the same format. Raise your hand. No Google Lens using, please. Are you using that section? That's it. Yeah. Raise your hand and answer. Yeah.
The second one.
Sorry.
My name is Suyash. I can answer the second one.
No, I'd like the same order. Anji, left to right. You don't know where is that picture from? Then answer. What are you doing for? Raise your hand, please. Batman. This is a picture from Batman. That's a character that Batman played. You know Batman is a real story?
Yes.
Why did that man create this entire global phenomenon? National awardee? He saw that problem in his wife. She was in trouble. That one problem he got related with created history. She was the first consumer that he created everything for. It says it right, rural India consumer. It's expensive. The solutions were expensive. First, how many of you seen that movie? A case study that you should always go back to. Fantastic. I'm so happy all of you have seen it. पहले वो बोलता है कि pads are expensive. Then goes back and no, actually machines are expensive. Idea change हो गया. Solution वही करना था. And he solves it. The genius insight that you might get in marketing distribution also. परी जिसको क्या कहते हैं जिसके नाम पे ब्रांड नेम रखता है lady comes and says what in rural India it is not comfortable to talk about it like this the way you are doing. A lady will have to talk to the other lady and sales just goes past. They use the same ladies who were facing the problem as the distribution channel. Genius, right? So this is how ideas can evolve to solve the same problem. Next. Oh, this is my favorite. The man has changed Indian business forever. If you answer this, I'm sorry.
My name is Rajkumar. मुझे लगता है ये second one निर्मा है.
क्या?
निर्मा.
Nirma. Okay. Not Nirma. Have you heard of a gentleman called CSK? चलो पर्सनल केयर ब्रांड है इतना बताता हूँ. शैम्पू है इतना बताते हैं. A brand name of shampoo which starts with C as a brand name. अभी तो बताओ. All of you have same name. Did we say that we will prompt? We didn't say that, right? That is our problem. We don't listen. मेरे एक की नहीं सुन रहे हो तो कंज्यूमर की क्या खास सुनोगे? बन गया business. How many times I have said the format of speaking? I am not paranoid about the format. Talk the way you want. I'm just trying to show you the mirror. If you really want to find delicate ideas that are floating around you, you've got to listen. CHIC is the shampoo's name. All of your names. This is a genius called CSK. A man from south of India who taught India, who taught Bharat, who taught common women to be beautiful by washing her hair with shampoo every day. Shampoo at one point in time was aspirational. You might think shampoo was aspirational. Yes, it was very expensive for Indian women to even think of buying shampoo. What he did, ₹1 सैशे. आज वो चीज है कि भैंस को भी शैम्पू से नहलाया जाता है. Thanks to this man. Access to aspirations. He just changed the format in which it was presented and created history. He's called the sachet man of India. There's a massive popular case study on it. वो अगर आप लोग की तरह सुनता नहीं होता, क्या होता? यहाँ फोटो में नहीं होते. We would have been still deprived as a country to use shampoo. It would have been still privileged for many people. Next. Now this is very interesting. If you can tell me this company's today's brand name, you have a reward from me. Don't Google it. We are on third from the left. People who are just waking up to the class for the session. Blue Ribbon Sports. You will not get it, I can guarantee that. And I can tell you, अगर तुक्का भी मारोगे ना तो भी answer right है. If you say sports, which is the first brand comes to your mind? Yeah. Nike. Did you Google it? How did you know? Tukka mara. Thank him. One round of applause for it. Why? I missed your name, I'm sorry. Vishwesh. Why did we clap for Vishwesh? There were many of you who said decaf. The moment you heard sports, decaf. Why did you limit yourself that decaf is the only shop which sells sports things? Is Nike not sports? Now I'll tell you how it works. If I would have said running, the first brand comes to your mind? Nike. That's how they are associated. They are not associated with sports. Decaf is associated with sports. But that man sitting right there, he broadened his mind. Blue Ribbon was erstwhile Nike. There was a book photo which is called a Shoe Dog. One of the greatest books that you can find. Top 5 books of my personal liking. You should read that book to understand what it took to create Nike. And it was a global supply chain problem, not shoes problem, which he solved. Who is he? Anybody? Founder of Nike? I'm not expecting a founder to be here. I just want the answer. Raise your hand, your name, and then founder's name. Yeah, boring bacha. Founder of Nike. कोई बात नहीं, मैं एक्टिंग कर रहा था, जरूरी नहीं है सबका नाम पता हो. That's fine. 12-9. Next. Third place concept. Who created a concept called as the third place?
डिमांड
क्या आपका नाम है?
राजकुमार डिमांड
Demand. Third concept. Third place concept. राजकुमार भैया थोड़ा जरा विस्तार में बताइए थर्ड प्लेस डिमांड क्यों सोचेगा?
क्योंकि वो गेट थिंग्स टुगेदर वहाँ दिखाए तो सभी चीजें एक जगह
ट्रिक हो गया. Anybody? So मैं थोड़ा प्रेशर क्रिएट करता हूँ. If you don't answer this, we will not release the class content. No washroom, no khana, no pina, nothing. Better way. Okay, let me give you some clues. There are 3 places that you're fundamentally at. Not you, but largely in the life. One, where are you generally at? Most good part of your life, where do you spend? Home. Second part, work. Third part, is there a third part left? Yeah, there is a third part. So that's the gap this brand found. You said, if you're not at home, if you're not at work, where are you? You are with us. Now can you answer the brand name?
They were any traveling.
Traveling? You travel because you like traveling. So no, they are not offering a travel solution. They are saying you need a place. Third place. Did you read? So it has to be a place. The third place. It has to be a particular place. Yes, please.
Don't mind. Is it Airbnb?
Airbnb. Good try. No, it's not Airbnb. Acha, can you look at the brand color and think? Sorry? Yes, please.
Starbucks.
Starbucks. Well done. Starbucks found a gap in the consumer behavior. हमारे यहाँ पे कट्टे होते हैं, right? हम नीचे बैठ के मवालीगिरी करते हैं. This was for boys. But foreign में कोई कट्टा नहीं होता. You don't find a nukkad, right? They said that if you are not at home, if you are not at your work, you want to meet someone. That someone can be a special person or a casual friend, anything. Where would you meet? Come and be with us. Did they compulsorily tell you to buy a coffee? No, they give you everything. Free washroom, ta. Come and sit, have fun. But do you end up not buying anything in your lifetime from Starbucks? At least once you will buy, right? They're happy about it. And they've made it so big that at least they deserve to be here. Simple. Listening. Observing. They found this simple idea. Good things happen when we get together. They gave you a reason to come together. Coffee became incident. Finally. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and valuable insights. It is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Vikas Zamkhedkar. With over 32 years of leadership experience across industries, including telecommunication, engineering, automotive, and manufacturing, he is a globally recognized expert in strategic sourcing, procurement, and negotiation excellence, having held leadership position at Nokia, Philips, and Ericsson. May I request Bharti ma'am to kindly come forward and felicitate sir. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vikas, as you can read here, if you can. My name is Vikas Zamkhedkar. Sir, great presentation. Yeah. Dr. Vijay took me back to the same place where you are sitting. At that time, of course, such kind of management, I don't have to say anything on that, but then there were great professors around in this institute, which helped us think what Dr. Vijay just said here. We have a gap of almost around 32 years. Yeah. When I was listening to Dr. Vijay, I forgot everything, what I need to speak in front of you. Yeah. And it posted me a challenge, sir, that how can I still keep the momentum that our students have listened to you for almost an hour, more or less. And I'm in a very, very, uncomfortable position here. That how can I then start, talking on the things here. To let you know, I'm not a faculty member of IMED. I'm also something similar to you. I work for a multinational. The journey had been almost for 33, 34 years. And what brings me here with a motivation that I am exiting my professional career and you people are starting your professional career from the same deck, from the same institute, from the same building. I passed out in 1994 and I'm going to retire a few months down the line here. Same position. 32 years back I was sitting there and now I'm standing here. That's the only difference. What difference it makes? What's the difference between you and me standing here is that particular scale of 32 years. And that's what I'm going to speak. And I'm just thinking while I'm speaking, how can I still keep the momentum? You're free to raise your hands, same pattern, name and a question. That's a nice good thing, sir. Thank you very much. Ultimately, what we learn today are those 4 different elements, most of which was important was strategy. And the last was where you're going to land in, and then backward integration. Good word to learn, backward integration. Maybe today, you might go back and then say, oh my God, I would have done better in my 10th standard. And you'll find out reasons that you might have answers to, and those answers becomes your experience, and therefore you tell your friends, children, whoever they are around that 10th standard examination, and that's what I was thinking, is that a backward integration, sir? Yeah, and of course try to identify something and then put it in place, and then therefore advise a student at that 10th class, this is what you should do. Yeah, experience and going back and then bring out values to you. Now that we are standing here on a journey which most of us here as a student will be thinking of, oh, this is my last phase of my academic career, unless you have to grow furthermore, go for a doctorate degree or something, learn more. Learning is a journey, of course, from the day one when you came on the earth, when I also came on this earth, and when we leave earth. It's a learning journey. But on the professional side, this is the bus that you're catching now and hopping up on to be as if it's a large journey. So if you have a chance, if you have something that it's only one option to do, and somebody tells you that you have only one option to select, if you're wrong, you're out of the bus. But you have to select that bus, you have to go on that particular large journey and then make your career. So there are many other things, but most of the important part is the time. Yeah, we might have learned into our school days or graduation days or anywhere, read the book and all that stuff. It's about the time, the 4 hours. Yeah, so right time. So whatever you do need to be associated with time, because action is associated with time, and therefore studies and gathering information so that you can go through the challenges, go through the examination, go through your skill development and so on, is the time aspect. You might have heard right from your school days from your parents saying that time, you're wasting time. Those who have not heard, very good, that you're not wasting your time. So time is essence. What I want to say is, probably I'm not the best speaker here, saying in very good short terms there, but time is really an essence. You people have studied from probably mini KG until your graduation to land up here in MBA classes there. So study, you have already done. There are professors here who will take care of your, polishing your studies there. But please ensure that you apply what you have learned. You should apply what you will be learning. Dr. Vijay presented the things here for definitely for marketing and strategy of sales and marketing student. That was your MBA to me, if you ask me. Yeah. How many of you are going to opt sales and marketing or? Up. Why are you afraid? Not like this. Up. Okay. At least there are few. I can see 10 of you. Believe me, if you read through all those things, references, including references, you've understood that half of your sales and marketing, and probably including the market research, because it was pointing out towards market research as well, branding, positioning, value chain, yeah, missing link. That was a good keyword, Dr. Vijay. I like that missing link, where Sao was positioned between. That was the missing link throughout the production until the last consumer. So learn what you will be learning here. And learning is not about books, learning is not about examination. You're going to pass one day, whether you pass in one shot or you take another attempt and pass, but that is defined. It's not a problem at all there. But when you come down to these particular premises, think of the concepts, think of the idealization that doctor was talking. Yeah, design thinking is a technique which a professor will definitely take you through in one of the chapters somewhere. Yeah? But think differently. While doing so, while implementing your ideas, while implementing your studies and utilizing the time in the right way. I don't say that you don't go for movies with your friends or go to CCDs or go to cafes and spend time. Spend time, of course. Spending time and releasing and understanding something from your friends is also key. Look for something that it is there in it. When you spend time with your friends, of course, that's where you also utilize your time. But can you take one thing? Every time you spend time, can you take one thing out of that particular time that you spent? Be it studies, be it your friends, be it picnics, be it CCDs. Take one thing that you can take it. Make it a habit. Because what Sir was talking was, make it a habit. Inculcate in your body, your thinking. Whatever you do, you're trying to solve a problem. The problem might be yours, the problem might be your consumers. And consumers or a client, or you can say friend or something like that. There is a problem statement posted in the katta or wherever you meet, in the library or at a place where you meet your families or friends or something. We always talk about a problem. We'll always talk about a solution. We always talk about our life. And in that, try to find out, yeah, there is some challenge, there is some problem. Challenges leads and ends into entrepreneurs. Very good statement, sir. Yeah. You identify the challenge, you identify the missing link into that, and then develop yourself, develop your thinking into that direction. Yeah. My challenge is now to study and give these 4 semesters and then pass out from here. My challenge is to identify a good company where I can be trained for those whatever 4 to 6 weeks. My challenge is to get on to a very good career, and of course we are here to start our professional career. The basics that will come from BA, BCom, engineering, medical, whatever. But here we are to polish our management skills. And those management skills, they are there in each of you. It's only that you need to just open it up, open your mind, and then think what the industry needs, what the consumer needs there. We're all here to study the management studies. Some of us, as Doctor said, we will be landing up into entrepreneurs. Few of you have raised your hands. That's good sign. Few of you did not raise your hand because you're still thinking, you're sitting back and then think which way should I land in? Good. Yeah. Think of those, implement those. Coming back to time, you have to invest your time. That is yours. Your friend is not going to invest on your behalf. You have to ensure that whatever you do is correlated to your management studies here. Please remember again, you are here to polish your management skills which are there inside you. Open it up with the books, with the lectures, with the practices. You will definitely be doing that, which I did probably, and that's why I'm standing here. My journey was simple. I came here into materials management MBA, 1992 admitted. We studied, there were only 8 children, sir. Only 8 students, yeah. I'm proud to say that I was the first one to be placed in the materials management into a multinational company. Started my journey there, went globally, back on my retirement phase, yeah, and I'm sharing my experience. Of course, as I said, I'm not a good speaker. Probably within whatever time I speak, 20 minutes or half an hour, I'll try to share that particular experience. So, the one thing that I did was I just correlated what I studied and I started implementing it. And I challenged throughout the journey in the lectures, in the industry that I went to. And the moment I challenged, there was a response called change management. Change management is a big thing that we all are part of it. Yeah. So change management was or is still the thing that is not changing. Yeah. So behavioral sciences, behavioral skills that we learn, how to like cope up with those change management and that stuff. But challenging and change management both put together is definitely a solution to the challenge that you accept. And when you challenge, you learn. Nobody says you challenge and you go away. When you challenge, you have to also take the ownership. Yeah, that means you have to say, okay, somebody is not doing that, I take that ownership. You will learn this actually while you are doing your MBAs. One of you students might raise their hand, sir, I'll take that challenge. That itself, as sir said, that challenge is definitely a second step towards your professional career, towards your progress. But the first thing that came to your mind that I need to challenge this particular topic or an argument is the first step towards your growth. Challenge directly relates to growth. Challenge directly relates to your logarithmic growth in the organization that they work for. Management think that this particular person is challenging because you don't challenge for the sake of challenge. You definitely have some ideas in your mind. Yeah, that's why you always challenge. Keep challenging in combination of that particular time. The moment you challenge, one might think that this guy is already, like always he confuses people and then he challenges, but there's something different they're talking about. Nowadays, management do think that a person who is challenging may have a solution towards this. So sometimes you get an assignment straight away that if you want to challenge, you think you have a solution. As a management person, I say, okay, I assign you this particular project and therefore you can take on. The same thing you can practice in your studies also. Take a challenge. Your professors might say that, hey, I have a problem here. And you say that, okay, sir, I am willing to take it. Probably you may not have a solution. Please remember, there are team members, there are management people, there are faculties, even though you pass out through this particular campus, there are faculties that can guide you. People guide you. Some of the senior members in the management in the organization, they know the answer already, but they're trying to tap your energy levels. Taking on the challenges is directly, related to the growth, personal growth, I would say so. You'll face that during this next 2 years. Yeah? Enjoy what you do. Take challenges, spend time, enjoy what you do. Because after 2 years, you're going to miss the bus if you're not on the bus. And the bus is towards your own competition. I am sitting in a class, I was rather sitting in that particular class in 92 batch. And then where was I? Was I last bencher, mid, or front? I don't recall, of course. Yeah. But then, was I competing with one of those 8 students in my class? If I think at this particular time, I always think that no, I was not competing. Everybody in that particular class came from different background, came from different social structure, came from unique universities which had their own strengths. And all of us got placed actually there because of Bharati Vidyapith, of course. But then, were we competing each other? And the answer is no. Yeah. We'll learn in sales and marketing also. When the two brands are just beside each other in the shopping mall, are they competing with the other side there? No, it's not that way. We learn on a lot. They are competing by themselves. They are competing with their own USP. South Foods, as you saw here, it's not competing with any other other products as well. Sir did not mention Cadbury's, for example. Sir did not mention any other product here. So that's an example. What I'm trying to say here is you have to challenge yourself, use the time, and you have to compete with yourself. There's no competitor in the world. Competitors are there in the world to grab the market share. Out of 8 students at that point of time, 100% placement, which means that everyone got the equal opportunity for the placement. Probably with you also will be the same because Bharati Vidyapith is known for that. But then increase your market share. Increasing your market share, the concept you learn throughout this management studies, and how can you do that is by on your own, because you are on your own as a company here. There's nobody else. Even if you are in a second rank in the class, how does it matter? You have to ensure how can you be the first one. If you are last, how does it matter? It doesn't matter. You have to ensure that you have to be, second last next time. Whenever you attempt for a particular exercise, it can be studies, it can be sports, it can be discussion, presentation, and all. Develop yourself. Nobody is going to help you. ChatGPT, question mark. I recommend ChatGPT to minimize it, minimize the usage of ChatGPT because you don't learn there. You got information there. Google, you get an information. Lots of other AIs that are going to come as you pass out from this institute. Half of the industrial management processes will be of AI. They have already started many softwares. They are there already. It's going to be a crowd there. Lastly, as of today also, the AI designers, they say it's a human that's going to take the decision. AI is going to give you or help you with the information to take the right decisions. But if you rely on ChatGPT all throughout your life, I've also seen, like students completing their assignments, college assignments or whatever through ChatGPT. Nothing wrong in it, but please understand, ChatGPT is going to tell you, I'm sorry to use that particular brand, I don't want to make that brand as blacklisted, but ChatGPT, YouTube videos, lots of things online, that particular program will only push the information that it has a knowledge extent to, that they want to say. First is knowledge extent. ChatGPT does nothing. You put a query, the query goes there, there's a solution. Second person puts a query, the solution already exists. 100% put the query. So it's just trying to collate all the responses there and give you back saying that, hey, what I think is this is the proposal. Yeah. So I would say rather than spending time on ChatGPT, एक बार खाली book पढ़ लो. Few of the books were mentioned by Dr. Vijay here. And you are by yourself a ChatGPT person. उसमें क्या है? मुझे नहीं आता है तो नहीं आता है. वो जाके learn करो. I also learn today also. When I go into my office, like when people ask me questions, there are so many challenging questions. As I say, I learn from that. From our good days when we started the computer memory was 250 MB. Computers memory, yeah. There was आज आप लोग जो 64 GB, 120 GB, 1000 GB USB use करते हैं, USB stick or you call this as pen drive or something. We had a floppy disk, 8-inch floppy disk, thin film, put into that 240 MB. Click enter and wait for the internet to bust through the connection drops. DOS prompt, maybe you might have seen that black screen and white prompts there. Those who are coming from software industry, they know. So DOS prompts and today you just command your equipment, whether it's a phone or your watch coupled with AI or whatever, and a vocal command, and then goes and it takes the action. Electronic cars outside, EVs and all that stuff. But the basic things come from the books there. Yeah. AI is very good support for you to take the decision. ऐसा नहीं कि AI was not there during our times or probably last 5 years back. It was there. What do you think the calculator is basically? Palm size calculator, and it gives some multiplication, addition, division. There's a software in it. AI is nothing but collecting those things. Software is different, of course, and then the AI is different. The first calculator that was invented in 1965, that's the information, maybe I'm wrong, but in 1965 it was a multi-storied mechanical machine, big like a factory, and you put something here as 1 plus 2 and then lots of gears running in, changing the things. It was basically the permutation combination models that you may have learned in graduation, or you learn into permutation combination problems, how to be solved. So computer building size calculator now it's probably in your watches or in your mobile phones and something like that. And technology changes is required, but don't rely on AI. Yeah, AI is very good unless you belong to software industry or you plan to be one of the members in the software industry. AI is your business definitely for a decade or something like that. Yeah, but learn. Have that feel of books. Think of yourself. Develop yourself. Your own organization. Probably somebody, like putting into an examination, sitting just beside you, might show you the answers, optional answers, and so on. but it doesn't make difference. You carry that particular attitude throughout your life. So be on your own. Whether you're last or first, it doesn't matter. If you're first, then your challenge is more that you need to retain to be first. Yeah, you need to keep that particular position as first in the class there. Yeah. So challenge never end. Take the challenge. Learn. You may not get 100 out of 100. Yeah. It's good if you get 100 out of 100 in every topics that you give exams for, whether it's interviews or whether it's examination or that. Take those challenges. Taking challenges help you think, design thinking, help you think why the problem exists. First, of course, you need to identify the problem. That's a big challenge by itself. But when you identify and pose that particular challenge to the person who's managing that assignment, and then you start discussing, and definitely you land. There's nothing in this world that you cannot challenge for. There is nothing in this world that you cannot develop for. The rocket that goes out in the sky to deliver the satellite in a particular geostationary orbit, it is on its right path 8% of the time. 8%, that's the information. We have not learned the geophysics or something, but 8% of the time. The balance 92%, it goes haywire. Not in the path that is expected because of additional unforeseen forces. Gravitational forces, whatever lithosphere forces that we may have, air and blah blah blah, gravitational force from other planets and so on. Yeah? So that needs to be corrected. So there is always a phase where people say, "Oh, I am failed in my challenge. I failed in my assignment." I don't call that as a failure. I call that as an opportunity to do something better, opportunity to learn something which I did not do. So it's good that I missed out something and therefore I need to do it again. People in sales and marketing will learn when you go into market that hey, I have missed my target. There are still 4 months to go, sir. Don't worry. I am going to recover that target. To me personally, with my experience, I always say that is wrong. When you miss something on your targets and then you say, I still have some time to catch up with that. But have you realized when you miss the target, when you missed your studies, you need to spend double the time. The one time that you have already lost it was your time, it was not your friend's time. Yeah? So there you have to rework again, probably more, going back to basics and then learning and then understanding and then again given second attempt for the things that you have missed. You are spending more than double time. Yeah, correlates to the first topic that I was talking one time as well. So failure is not there in our lives as a professionals. It is just a correction required to identify what went wrong. It is also, of course, simultaneously equal to understand what went right and encash on that particular right thing, but also focus on, oh, target was something else, we landed up somewhere else. And missing the target is also a very good challenge for us to learn and redo it. Management don't scrap any projects because it has gone wrong in the first place. Sometimes I've heard, sir, that it almost in one of the best products, they have failed 1,000 times. I don't recall that particular brand. It took nine times to fail to become the global brand for that particular product. All along they studied, why. Probably where they started was nowhere now. After this 100th attempt, and they passed out, and the product became the global brand. Yeah. So just trying to tell you the experience from the industry in this particular couple of points here, that it's you, it's nobody else, it's you. Use your resources. Time is the first resource. Your skills, which will be developed here, developed I'm saying, not trained. You already have the skills here. Amongst probably lakhs of people, I don't know how many applicants were there, thousands of definitely. You are the chosen 240 people here in this particular institute. So you already have that. It just needed that you need to open up with your skills, management skills, and then the faculty will take care of it. You have to come up. Faculty will not say that, oh, you are great. You have to show that you are great here. Yeah? Many things. I did not know there was a slide presentation. I did not. Probably hope you got. probably it's a boring, like talk also because everybody talks the same thing here. Understand also the concept of hardships. There's no replacement for that. I can tell you. Even if you are the first in your classes back from school days, college days, or here also, there's no replacement for hardship. Yeah? We in management, we have a concept called run an extra mile. Run an extra mile. What does that mean? If the athlete has to run 100 meters, does it mean that he has to run 110 meters? Probably yes, because he has to also complete that 110 meters with the same time that he had completed 100 meters. Maybe a very wrong example, but then running an extra mile is putting more. The world, the business is becoming. We need resilience in our day-to-day work. Yeah, you need to cope up with that resilience market outside. We are here to develop ourselves, start our entrepreneurship. In fact, I would say getting a salaried job in the company that you expect is far easy than becoming an entrepreneur. Yeah? Entrepreneur has no time. No time in the sense that there's no fixed time that you go to office at 10 o'clock and go home by 6 o'clock. Entrepreneur works every day and night. Everything, every point there's a challenge that you go on solving. The new challenge opens the doors and so on and so forth. Yeah? So we have to work hard even though we know. The reason for that is what has brought you here will not keep you here. Please remember this English statement, very simple. Yeah. Maybe something challenging there or interesting there. I'm sorry, this is a boring topic which everybody says, but please bear with me for a few minutes, at least for the sake of others. Yeah. What has brought you here will not keep you here. It's a very interesting, statements you might hear or you might have already heard in some of the movies or books or something like that. It says that something has brought you here in MBA, something has brought you at a job wherever you. I'm sorry that corner is distracting me. If you don't like, you can walk away or you can sit quiet. Thank you very much. So, what has brought you here will not keep me here means that some skills that you have has brought you here in this institute. But do you think that the same skill will continue you to pass the exams? The answer is simple. No, it's not. You have to add something with the hardships there. You have to add with the time there. You have to add with the challenges there. Same thing happens in the organization when you get on board with the professional work or entrepreneurship. Whatever you bring in there, you need to think ahead of time. Identify the challenge. Identify the missing links that Dr. Vijay talked about. Those missing links will keep your career growing. Yeah, and I can vouch on that because I practiced it. That particular what has brought you here will not work here because I always triggered management with the challenges, as I said, and that opened the door for my assignments, my roles, my growth, personal growth, including the company's growth. Yeah? So what has brought you here will not keep you here is very good tagline for your professional thinking. Also, people say, hey, there's a competitor just beside me and he follows me. Followers do not progress as the leader. Yeah, my friend is doing that, so I should also do the same thing. A good try, of course, nothing wrong in it. But the pioneer of that particular challenge or an activity is your friend. He's thinking 10 steps ahead of you before you even start, mimicking him or trying to follow his thought leadership there. Yeah? So whatever is brought you here will not keep you here is very good, like a helping tagline, at least for me. If you can remember, please do that. Yeah. And driving yourself is what you have done. Yeah. Doctor also asked why you are here, what you want to become. Some of you say I want to become an entrepreneur. And balanced people are still thinking. Probably in this 2 years journey, you'll find some challenge, some route, something that you think you can develop on. Many of us, I was also one part of you last time that we're thinking about MBA करना उसके बाद job करना आगे ग्रोथ हो जाएंगे. Definitely, that is the general path you want to understand. You don't have to express that also. But identify those particular means keep up to hard work, keep up to the time that you manage. This is the time. It's very simple. A few more minutes, please. This is the time that you have to keep up to yourself. इसके बाद आपको time नहीं मिलेगा. Whichever job you go in, whichever position you land in, you will be racing towards your office, coming back home. Third place, of course, CCD. Nice to spend some time, and we do that over weekends with friends, with families, and all that. It's required. Yeah. There's also big concept about life balancing part. You may have heard, you will be learning. It's up to you how to balance the life. Yeah. There are exercises, use cases, there are concepts there. It's you who have to take the decision. Time is essence, definitely. Yeah, we might have read many times, so going back and forth, time, hardships, these are not going to replace. It's your resource. You can't say, मेरा 5 घंटा ले लो या जाके movie देख के आओ. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Yeah, you have to spend the time to decision. When you are here in this particular, I'm not scaring you, just advising you. When you are here, use the time that you have. In 24 घंटा ही मिलेगा या 25th hour नहीं मिलेगा आपको. Even if you try to borrow from somebody, it will not. You can do something that ये मेरा assignment करके देना, रात को GT मार के देना, glass stress. The engineering people understand probably here. Yeah. So use your skill, challenge yourself, challenge the professionals. Ask question, asking question. No question is not valid. Any simple question can think of somebody's mind triggering things. There's lots of, you have come here probably through group discussions as well, GDs, isn't it? In group discussion, you have opened up yourself. You did it better than the others, and that's why you are sitting here, and so on and so forth. So challenge yourself, enjoy these things, because ye bus wapas nahi aayegi. The moment you go on onto the professional life, you probably alumni meeting mein aane ke baad, you will think of, yeah, what golden days were there. Yeah? And then you start chit chatting. Of course, failure is not there. My recommendation. It's just that you need to do small correction to identify the reasons why you could not attend that particular target. Yeah, hardships, there's no replacement to that. Even if you have everything, all gadgets, all the happiness in the world, but you have to learn by yourself. Okay? So I can only say, try to maximize yourself, be professional, learn, inculcate those management learning, because you are going to the professional world to manage. Time agar practice nahi karoge abhi na, to in professional world you will fail, I can tell you right away. But failure is not a word, of course. You will have to recorrect again, recorrect. You're wasting time, they're recorrecting. Rather than abhi se shuruat kyun nahi karte? Most of us, ride bicycles because we have been doing that when we were kids. Most of us drive motorcycles and of course 4-wheelers now probably. Why are you driving those 2-wheelers? Only because you've been practicing in past. Cycle kaise ride karni hai and all that stuff. So you have inculcated that. You're walking now. When you were just born, probably you were not walking, but you're walking now with balance, jumping, dancing, doing everything, because you have inculcated in the body. Time practicing is basically nothing but you have to just inculcate that into body so that you don't waste time. Management needs you, but it needs you to add value to that organization. If you're not adding value to the organization where you go, then management will say, nowadays typically in the software organization they say, hey, aapko bench pe bitha diya gaya hai, or you get a pink slip. Nothing to scare, of course. There is something that you don't need us. There is something that I can't deliver. If दोनों के बीच में ही होता है, या out of one होता है. So if you don't practice it now, this is the time that you have to practice such kind of things. Hardships, time management, challenges, whatever resources you have, make them use so that you get a great return. And doing this courses, you get a great return from your marks that you get back, from your grades that you get back. You can challenge yourself for the next grade. What time come hai? Time is an essence. 4 semester will just go by. You will not realize out of which I think 1 semester is training for you. Many people go there and come back and then show the attendance. Good thing, but learn something that is also there in that particular organization where you go. So I can only say best of luck. Anything is there, you can always ask your organization. There is small thing. I'm sorry. I just occurred to me just 2 minutes. In Bharati Vidyapit, how many of us know that there is BBC program? Yeah, probably not likely. You might have seen on the web pages. Those who are already in the higher classes may know. BBC is a very good program by this university driven. It's Bharati Business Clinic, and Bharati Vidyapit invites the professionals. So I have not discussed with Dr. Karvekar, director, but I still take this opportunity to invite Dr. Vijay to help our students in through that Bharati Business Clinic, bring in a challenge in your organization. So we talk to industries to bring a challenge from their organization, so that you sitting here will be addressing that challenge there. Yeah, it's ongoing. It's learning on as you proceed. So Dr. Karvekar is rightly matching those industry requirements which are there today. We don't want to give you assignments which were there in 1965. Yeah, books are there, concepts we need to be clear. You might think that 1965 में book पढ़ा लिखा है तो अभी क्यों बोल, but the concepts are still there. Peter Drucker, all those names that sir took, they are guiding principles for the concepts there. You need to apply those concepts there. So BBC is a very good program which we are bringing in industrial problem statements, where you as a student will be addressing those problem students, and there you need to raise your hand, and that's the key. Yeah, challenge yourself. Don't worry whether you know or not, but at least you can start with that first step and then take that particular assignment and directly linking the industry what you're learning today here, or probably you've not learned also, but still you're linking the industry where you'll learn a lot. Progressing in that particular order also will build your CV. Understand that. But just not for the sake of CV. CV is just a document to me. But what you carry, will definitely help you. So I wish you best of luck in your career, starting from now. This is not a study. For me, your career has started now. Yeah. So learn hardships, learn time management, learn to use your resources what you have, help others, challenge others. Yeah, helping others also definitely increases your knowledge. Don't worry whether you are first or last. It's with you also. You only. It's you are the first with you. Just see how you can develop in the next attempt. With this exam, assignments, discussions, presentations, just try to develop yourself there. Because if you practice such kind of things, industry needs you ready-made. They don't have time to again go back to you and then say, okay, come on, sit in the class and I'll tell you what my company is. They say, oh, you know this? Come on, right on the job straight away. Maybe a day or two for induction, going around the different like functions and all that, which you will probably learn during the MBA also, going to an industrial tour for a day, learning through different departments what they do and all that stuff there. Yeah, whether you are IT industry or you're coming for the IT industry or for management, general management or materials management, operations management, it doesn't matter. You should know how the industry is functioning. You are SME for that particular subject, but you should know all the other functions that are addressing that particular department and so on. So many things. Yeah. Hopefully we interact again for some different or specific topic. My experience is into advanced negotiation and e-sourcing and digital platforms, where we are also trying to look into AIs here. Sometime I'll come back and then again bore you. Hope I've not bored you. Those who got some things, I would really thank those people. Those who did not, we'll meet again. We can debate, challenge me in that particular sessions. I think that's a nice word. We can keep one session as challenge, challenging the industries that are coming. Yeah? Unless you ask question, you won't learn. If you don't ask question, you're not challenging yourself first. And you're not challenging the current industry, the second one. Yeah. So big thanks for listening to me, spending some time. Thanks and best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insight and experience with us. Maintain silence. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Papiya Banerjee, a transformational leader an executive coach with over 20 years of global experience. She has worked closely with CEOs and executive leadership teams across industries in leadership development and organizational transformation. Please put your hands together and welcome Ms. Papia Banerjee with a huge round of applause. May I request Sonia ma'am to kindly come forward and felicitate ma'am.
Yeah.
Over to you.
To take a deep breath. I know it has been a long session, so just breathing if you had stopped for some time. Good afternoon. So first of all, it's like really nice to see so many people wearing purple, which also happens to be our brand color, which you would have seen, and it's my favorite color. So love seeing it all around. My name is Papia. She introduced so you know about me. But let's start with something that really matters at this moment. All right. What is it that matters? How are we feeling? No? We have just joined in, so 3-4 days back, and now there have been so many sessions that are going on. So there is a mixed feeling that is coming in. So what is it? So can you really take a deep breath and get in touch with that and say, what is it that we are feeling? Okay? And you have to show me fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the feeling that resonates the maximum. The first one is, I am here, but my brain is still loading. It's a sunny day in a rainy season, so it might be the situation. I'm curious. Let's see where this goes. I am ready and fully switched on. I'm listening, but please impress me. I have my career completely figured out. I need to see all hands up with the fingers that resonates maximum. Should we count? 1, 2, 3. With the fingers on, come.
Somebody saying 4, somebody saying 2.
Yes.
What is maximum?
So 5 is maximum.
4, I see 4.
I see 4. Very good. Oh, it is such a delight that nobody is pointing 1 or 2. Some people are 0. Awesome. I saw a couple of hands who have done 5. And for all those people who have put in 5, my request is meet me after the session because you might be better person to conduct the session than me. Right? The next one. Yeah. So 2 days, 3 days, you have been hearing, people coming in and we are sharing our knowledge or skills or whatever we know. So which are the terms that you have already been told about? So you raise the finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it is all, then raise all. All. Oh my. Oh, wonderful. Yes. So it's just fair that if I've asked you guys, how are you feeling? I should say, how am I feeling? No? I am damn nervous. I have butterfly in my stomach. And the reason is the whole irony of it, right? Of these sessions. Just imagine a Gen X person coming and addressing Gen Z, and that too the people who are highly advanced than us. You are smarter. You have more exposure to the world than we ever had. Your worldview is built based on the exposure that you get. You are AI native. You are digitally much more savvy than I can ever imagine myself to be. But we are here, telling you what to do. So I have been very, very nervous, and I have been discussing with my Gen Alpha son how to really manage the situation. So he said, if nothing else, be very loud. That is what he told me. So I'm going to try that on. So yeah, when you are going through, so that's the irony that makes me nervous. So if at any juncture you find that, I'm going, just give me a hand if I'm going haywire, and I'm trying to pull myself back. So to be very honest, 30 years back, exact 30 years back, I was in the same place. And trust me, I had no clue. I had absolutely no clue where I have landed and how I have landed. My career happens something like that. I wanted to go in medicines. My parents wanted to go in medicines because that point of time, the thing was, if there is a son who becomes engineer, daughter, doctor. That was the fixed piece that we had 30 years back. And I failed all exams, so I couldn't go into the medicines. Then I fell in love with chemistry, wanted to be the, kind of a go and become scientist, but somehow didn't happen. So management happened to me by accident, and I landed in TIS, and that was exact 30 years back. So we didn't plan, we didn't know where we have landed, how we will do, but whatever came our way, we just build on it. I think you are very, very informed generation. The kind of exposure that you have, the kind of pieces that are coming together, that really helps you take the decision. So yeah, I am 98 batch TIS, so 28 years of working, and I find myself again back like you from the starting juncture, because I'm starting my entrepreneurial journey. I'm trying my best to learn AI and digital and I'm trying to learn the market. So one piece that I do find that has kept me going for the 30 years is my openness to learn. At no point of time I have allowed unlearning to stop. So the process of constant unlearning and learning is what brings me where I am today. And I am not thinking that by the end of 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you will know everything that we are talking about. After 30, 40 minutes, even if there is one thing, then you are take back. I would say it was a good time spent together. Do we have a deal? Yes? भूख लगी है ना? Lunch time हो गया है. Timing is little bad. Bear with me for a few minutes. And you take it the way you wanna. I understand you guys have had a discussion around why are we here. But I wanted to go it little different. Being very honest to ourselves. Really honest to ourselves. And taking that moment and thinking, completing the sentence. I am here because ... Just complete the sentence in your mind, being completely honest. And it can be anything. I am here because my parents encouraged me. I am here because my girlfriend is going there and I want to be together. I am here because my friends have done it. I am here because somewhere told that this is a good way to get a job. It can be anything, and all the answers are respectable answers. So please take 1 minute and get that statement for yourself. Just be very honest about it. I landed in TIS in 1996 because that was the only option. That is where I got selected. I had no clue about HR, but I landed in an HR institute. So it can be anything. Got it? Now, if you are open, I don't know how much friendship you have made over here by now, but if you're open, you can share and listen to the person who is beside you. Only if you want to, but it will be good to talk. This is an opportunity to also make friends. So just talk to the next person and share. Got it? Okay. If I will. You have seen popcorns, the way they pop out on their own. So can we have some popcorns? So whoever wants to pop and share, that will be fun. Whoever wants. Can I have you popping off? Yes,
Exposure and networking.
exposure and networking. Wow. Anybody else? Okay, it's perfectly fine because this is our secret, right? We don't want anybody to know. Yeah. So wonderful. It can be anything, but it is very important to be clear. What we will find if you speak, I'm very sure once you go out of the room, this might be one point of conversation. What you will find that almost all have different place or a space where you are coming from here. Although we have landed in a similar institute, similar kind of course, same institute, but where we are coming from in deeper individual level, it is different. And where we will be going will also be different. For each one of us, the path will be different. So don't let any of us, we will give you, like this is the way, that is the way. But what you curate is completely yours, buddy. We can't help you. We are like an AI giving you the tool, but what you make out of it is completely yours. Yeah? No? Yes, no, very well.
Yes.
Oh, very good. Yeah. I heard, the earlier sir also spoke about it, and I thought it will be good idea. It's a very early in your life, but this is something that I have found extremely helpful. Okay, and this is the concept of Ikigai. How many of you have heard about it? Oh wow, a lot of people. Very, very good to see that. And I'm sure that some of you would have really thought about and looked at. I am a big fan of Sunil Mittal, Airtel, because he was my big boss. I was working for Airtel, and he used to give a different version of it. It had the same 4 component, but he always used to say, "सपने वो जो सोने न दे." कौन से सपने आप आंख खोल के देखते हो? And that becomes a purpose. Any point of time, any session, the piece that I'll take it, सपने जो आपको सोने ना दे. तो आंख खुले होने चाहिए. तो इतनी पैशन, इतनी एनर्जी अंदर चाहिए कि वो पूरी हो. अब what will that dream be like? What will that purpose be like? So that is what Ikigai gives it. It's a much calmer version of saying that how do you balance that when you wake up, you feel afresh. Yes, आज का दिन है, है ना? Kind of. So there are 4 concepts over here. And this is also a good thing to, like whatever you are hearing during the course of 2-3 days, everything will fit in some place or the other, right? So the first piece speaks about what you love. The second piece is about what are you really good at, what are you paid for, and what does the world need. And the combination of 4 actually gives you the Ikigai, and I would say the dreams that keep you awake. So take a minute, and all of you have cell phones. So make a list in 1 minute timer. What are the things that you absolutely love about yourself? Absolutely love about yourself. And I want 60 seconds, 50 things. So just go. Start. Make a list. Message. Open a WhatsApp. Message yourself the 50 things that you love about yourself. Your time starts now. Dipasri, can we have a timer, please? 1 minute. They're losing time opening up the phone fast, buddy. We're giving extension 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. How many people got 10 things that they love? 10 to 20? Very good. 20 to 30? Nobody? 30 to 40? So what is that we need to do? We need to really spend more time with ourselves to know. Because if you are not loving yourself enough, and trust me, all of us have 100 things to love about ourselves. So if you are not loving yourself enough, you will never get the best out of yourself. Because loving sets a very, very new dreams. And it is very important. So, weekend पे करते हैं थोड़ा, हाँ? So weekend पे just to make whatever comes, just to make a note to add onto the list that this is also I love, this is also I love. Because then you are spending time, quality, on the things that you love. Where does your time goes? It has to go in something, and that is also important for mental health. Right? The second is, what are we really good at? And it can be anything. I can be very good at making new friends. I can be very good at organizing event. I can be very good at addressing people. I love and I'm very good at facilitation. So it can be anything. I am very good at because people reach me when there is a conflict. I am very good go-to person for if anything needs to be done. I am good at speed. So let's go. Let's make a list of what I'm really good at. Quick. And this is the question you can't ask AI. You will have to use your own. These are all out of syllabus questions, so we are struggling. 30 more seconds. No cheating. It can't be same. Yeah. Okay. So what we have been trying to arrive at is this piece. Just go back. Is the passion. And that is what keeps you awake. If you are able to find the combination of what you love and what you are good at, you will get your passion and you will be able to drive your best. Yeah. So it is completely your exercise. The idea was to give you a glimpse of it so that when you go home or whenever you want, you should take time for defining this for you. And the other two pieces, that is the information that you will build for yourself during the course of next 2 years, where you will get inputs for it, so that then you are able to build in all the 4 pieces and get your Ikigai. Yeah? Make sense? How are we doing on energy? Yes? Can I have this so that I can see? Okay. Good. I like the honesty. I'm happy that none of them are here. Yeah, it is moving. I could see that, but it's okay. Yeah. So we are going to use a Mentimeter. The problem is that I was in HR. So I cannot be a person who does all the work. So over here you will also have to do the work. So you can
go to menti.com from your phones, enter this code. You'll get a survey on your phone. www.menti.com. Okay. It's taking some time to load, right? Everybody is
Can all of us finish it quickly? Okay, so we have a mix of people who feel that they are driver, of the people who feel they are passengers, and who feel they are prisoners. Okay, what is it that we are talking over here? One is at no circumstances in our life that we are completely driver, completely prisoners, or completely passengers. We do have a mix that comes into play. But if we feel, for many of us, it happens that the decisions in life come as a form of being a prisoner. I have no option, but my parents have put me into that course, so I have to do it. And if that's the feeling that I have, then I will operate from a place of a prisoner, right? Or I didn't get any other option, so I landed over here. So I will feel like a prisoner. If I have that, because that is the trend, everybody is doing MBA or MCA, so I am also doing it, then it comes as a passenger. And if it is that I consciously make a choice for myself, knowing what I'm really good at and what I want to do in my career, and then I am the person who has taken a decision to be here today, that is what is a driver. Okay. There is nothing which is good, bad, or ugly. It is having it in your consciousness that where are you operating when you are here. And when you bring into the consciousness, then you can also move it. Because if you are in a prisoner state, your mental health will not be great because there is a constant struggle that keeps on going in your mind. You need to address it. If you are passenger level, there will be no inspiration or motivation. Things will just happen. So it's like a train, right? In the train, if there is a prisoner who's tired and he's not enjoying the journey, it doesn't matter. The train just reaches from one place to the other. The passengers are also there managing it. But there's a train driver, right? Who takes the train from one place to the other. So the choice is yours. That the next 2 years, what is the mindset that you want to be for yourself? Yeah. And nobody will be complete driver. In our lives, we behaved like when I look at my son, I am passenger or a prisoner in a relationship. He is the person who calls out everything, right? So over there, I cannot be a driver. It is his decision. He's a 9-year-old boy. Sometimes I'm also a caregiver. So when I'm a caregiver, there are not choices that I can make. It is something that I have to do, kind of thing. So in everybody's life, all three situations, depending upon the situation, there will be a difference. Just to make sure for your career, you take the choice as a driver. Yeah. So I'll hand over to Deepashri to take us through.
Thank you so much, Papia. Hi all, I'm Deepashri. I work with Papia. So, okay, why I'll be really here? I think the question is covered, and most of us are contemplating on that. In the interest of time, we were supposed to play a video, but I'm not going to. How many people of here have heard of the concept of growth mindset? Growth mindset? Yeah, I'm seeing a few hands. Just to kind of simplify things, there's two types of mindsets. One is fixed mindset, which says मैं यही हूँ, जो मेरा है इतना ही है. I can't learn anymore. I can't be anymore. I can't study further. I can't do anything in my life beyond what is given to me. And a growth mindset essentially says, okay, I can be far more than what I am right now. I can learn more, I can be more, I can enhance my skills, and I can succeed in whatever I set my mind to. Okay? Now, from growth mindset, how do you come to learning agility? So, growth mindset, agar jiska hai, somebody has a growth mindset, they typically have learning agility. Why? Because growth mindset is a belief. I have growth mindset. Learning agility is what is being put into action, execution part. It's not just enough to only have the growth mindset, it's also to practice it, to also put it to good use, right? So, one of the very important things, and I think Papia kind of covered it very beautifully, that when we want to do our ikigai, when we want to fulfill, when we want to really dream of a career that is worth dreaming about, learning agility becomes extremely critical. It is not something that is going to come to you just like that. It is not something that is going to be taught to you, because it comes in several shapes and formats. And for that, we've used a fantastic example, Dhurandhar. Okay. So first is total identity reconstruction. This person who has not been a spy, has been never trained, is put into a situation and becomes that, right? So I'm sure many of you would have faced a situation like this. कुछ तो आप कर रहे होंगे, maybe you are assisting in some committees somewhere in your college, in your graduation college, something very unexpected happens, and then you're forced to be in action. You're forced to do something to resolve the situation. Second is learning the culture, not just the skill. What is it that is going around me? Today you come to IMED and there's lectures and everything. But how many of you have understood the culture of IMED, right? It will take some time, but it will ultimately come to that understanding. ये चलता है, ये नहीं चलता है. Something works, something doesn't work. You know what? Our college doesn't allow this. Our college is okay with this. Culture, you understand. It's not just about then doing stuff, it's also about understanding your environment. Third is real-time recalibration. It's not like once you understood it, it's good. Your semesters will change, professors will change, subjects will change. कौन से subject में क्या चलता है? Where is it that I can enter 10 minutes late? Where is it that I cannot enter 10 minutes late, right? All of this is real-time recalibration. Of course, I'm not telling you to be late, but it's just how do you quickly recalibrate your understanding in real time? Learning under existential threat. Thankfully, I don't think you guys are under any existential threat. It's okay. But still, learning under pressure, submitting an assignment. If you want to submit it by 11:59 p.m. today and you've not started on it, how do you do it? What is the kind of thought that you apply to yourself? How do you learn under pressure? That's also learning agility. And last is earning command, not just survival. Surviving is probably easy once you've learned a few things. But how do you rise up in the chain of command? How do you say that I am a leader? Even if things are ambiguous, even if things are not very clear to me, how do I become a leader in that circumstance, right? So these are a few examples. I'm sure you guys will have multiple examples from the same movie, depicting some other things. We just want to kind of elaborate on what kind of behaviors come under learning agility. Got it? Okay. So I have a question for you. What is your good name, sir? Varun. Yeah, Varun. Suppose, Bhagwan na kare, suppose you get sardi zukam. Okay, it's raining. It can happen. You go to a doctor, and doctor prescribes you an old medicine, which has got a lot of side effects. And then bagal mein there's another doctor who prescribes new medicines. Who will you go to? Absolutely. So exactly. So we'll always prefer new knowledge, updated knowledge about something that is outdated, right? Knowledge continuously needs to be upgraded. It's not enough to say, okay, I've learned till now, bas iske baad main nahi padunga. Main nahi padungi, right? It can be anything, and it can be in every single field. For example, Papia and I belong to the same college, same thing, but I'm sure my syllabus was slightly more updated than Papia's. So it can be whatever you're learning, be ready to upgrade it constantly, because what has got, as sir rightly said, what has got you here will not get you to the next spot. Be continuously upgrading your skills. So the moral of the story is your fastest learners are going to win this race, especially in the age of AI where learning is very simple. Okay, just a quick story time. I know I'm in between you and lunch, and it's a bad spot to be in, but still, bear with me. There's a king who's very very knowledgeable, goes to a lot of saints and all, and asks them कि यार मेरे को सिखा दो, पढ़ा दो, कुछ भी कर दो. He is very keen to learn, and he goes to a saint and says, "Why is it that I'm not learning faster?" The saint is like, "Hang on. If I ask you to pour water into a cup, even after it's overfilling, will it fill the cup?" He says, "No." That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Unless you unlearn, there is no way you can learn new things. And in the scheme of learning, unlearning, relearning, I feel and we feel that unlearning becomes very critical. How many of you have WorkX here before MBA? WorkX folks. Okay. So assume Mr. X from WorkX comes to and sits in the class, and somebody is teaching supply chain, somebody is teaching marketing, and in his mind he's like, but that's not how I've seen it in the real world. That's not how they do it in my organization, X organization. And here's where unlearning comes into picture, because unless we unlearn what we know, what has suited us, what has helped us, we are not going to learn new things. We'll get stuck into that same thing, saying what I know is correct. All right, time for a poll. I'm just quickly going to show you a poll. It says the role you eventually retire from doesn't even exist today. How many people believe it to be true? Yes or no? The role that you eventually retire from probably doesn't even exist today. Yeah. You can just go to menti.com and say, okay. I'm just waiting for last 15 seconds and then we'll go back to the deck. All right. So maximum of you know that roles are changing very, very rapidly because of AI coming in, because of the workforce changing, because of everything changing. The role that you retire from 30 years from now, 40 years from now may not even exist today. It may not even be defined in a JD today. Cannot be defined because of AI. Right. So just touching on a few trends. The memes are self-explanatory. AI becomes your colleague. It's not going to replace you. It is not going to master you. You're not going to be a slave. You're not going to be a master. It's going to become your colleague. How you work with it is going to be your strength. It's a colleague tree. So it doesn't mean that it's going to completely take away your work, but it's also going to determine what aspects of work you do versus what aspects of your work AI colleague will do. Second is skills are going to be more than degrees. Your skills, what you bring to the table, are going to be far more important than the degree. Degree is of course important, but your skills are going to be differentiating factor. Two people coming from the same MBA background, same college, same batch, probably who will get selected is the person who can have better skill set. Yeah. Careers are no longer linear. You are not going to have the same career path as your father or your grandfather probably did. Like you join an organization, grow in ranks and then retire from there. Probably not going to happen for you. So first is the initial starting was one job for life, like most of our parents did. Second was switching jobs. That was also considered risky about 30 years back. Third is switching industries completely. Like, completely moving from one end of the spectrum to another end. And last is, wait, what even is my industry anymore? Are we going to have jobs that are completely industry agnostic as we speak? Yeah. Hiring for potential and not for experience. So that's the key now. If I am getting somebody who's excellent at digital marketing, who has only 2 years of experience, I will probably prefer that person over somebody who has 10 years of experience. Because they can learn anything fast. That's how you demonstrate that learning agility. All right. Just very curious. If I say villain, what do you think of? Just a villain. Just the word villain, right? Somebody who's not the hero, A. Somebody who's going to hate the hero. Somebody who's going to try to kill the hero, right? Limited understanding. But the moment I say Rahman Dakir, the whole context changes. Right? I'm just going back to Dhurandhar because it's a popular example, easy to understand. It can be very simple. It can be your captain, vice captain of the cricket team also. So the title will give you limited information, but the role they are playing is going to give you more information. All right. So a role is not a title. A role is a collection of responsibilities, challenges, stakeholders, and outcomes. So when you think of roles, don't think of titles. What do you want to do? I want to be a marketing manager. No. Think of what is the kind of challenges, responsibilities, stakeholders, and outcomes you're going to have, you're going to impact, and you're going to do. A very simple example, and I'll just give an example of my batch. 11 years ago, I also passed out from this. I'm seeing people absolutely amazing career changes into people, right? The person who used to hate compensation is now compensation director. The person who was absolutely introverted is doing the most extrovert job there can ever be. The person who was extremely shy in public speaking can now take sessions like crazy. It's all about grooming yourself on the job and taking up roles that are going to help you develop and succeed in them, right? So two people can start at the same one. Probably look around. Your colleagues, you're going to be colleagues for life. Year one can be same, year two can be same, but the trajectory will be completely different for multiple people. And it's going to be a good thing for everybody. Yeah. So this is extremely critical that we learn, we unlearn, and we also lead. All right. Yes. This is very important. Now that we've talked about roles, all of you sitting here, what role are you currently playing? That of a student? Student, है ना? And then now you will go for lunch, and there you will kind of sort of talk about what kind of sessions, did you get bored? नहीं यार वो तो बहुत ही boring थी, whatever. So at that time, what role are you playing? That of friends, right? You'll be friends, you'll be chatting, you'll be discussing. Similarly, we play a lot of roles throughout our day. We can be sister, brother, son, daughter, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, half girlfriend, whatever. So it can be anything, anything. But you understand that we are the same person. Varun is the same person, but he'll be moving across roles throughout the day. Throughout the day, he will be assuming different roles. When we talk about AI, why can't we think about this in this manner? AI always incites some sort of fear, apprehension, negativity. Why can't we look at AI orientations also in the similar manner? Stating that, hang on, I'll just let me blow up this slide, hang on. Yeah. So, we know basic rules. I think most of us do these roles. User, consumer, and appreciator. User is basically, you know how to use ChatGPT, Claude, whatever. Appreciator is, you know where it exactly helps and where it doesn't. I was told your examination committee presentation happened today. So the use of AI in your exams, assignments, etc. would have been told to you. So using AI directly for assignment, probably no, but using AI for understanding a concept better, yes. So then that is an appreciator role. When we slightly move ahead, and maybe if you're working with Bharti Business Clinic, you're doing your own assignments, you're doing your internships, you become a verifier and a validator. You say, okay, fine, maybe this AI is not helping the cause. It is hallucinated, it is giving me wrong information. How do I correct it? Where is it that I go back and correct it? Do I correct my prompt? Do I correct my approach? Second is designer. How do I fine tune AI tools? I'm being told there's a lot of good work being done in Bharti Business Clinic, and somebody has built a tool, etc., an AI tool. That building is the designer role. Slightly ahead than that is the strategizer role, where you kind of use AI to address bigger problems. And beyond that is the developer. Not everybody needs to be a strategizer or a developer immediately. You can choose to do it in your job, but at least everybody needs to have some combination of AI orientations is what we recommend. Yeah. All right. The question is, how many orientations can you develop? Especially when you're learning, you have a lot of bandwidth as well as scope to kind of do it in a very experimentative manner. All right. How many of these do you recognize and get inspired by? Are some faces at least you're aware of? Yeah? Okay, cool. Just time for new input. Hang on. Okay, who amongst these leaders inspires you? Write a name. Okay, Aman Gupta. Interesting choice of names. All right, interesting names coming through. So, in the interest of time, I'll just probably want to move ahead. Thank you so much for the responses, much value. This will stay with me, by the way. Okay, so we know career journeys, we understand career journeys, we have respected few people who are in the domain. We respect them for their few certain qualities, right? Which takes me to the next section and the final section of this presentation. What is the most important career decision you will make in the next 2 years? Anybody? What is the most important career decision you will make in the next 2 years? All right, I'll give you an answer. I don't want to be too much between you and your lunch, and you're hungry also. It's okay. So the most important decision is the first role you enter. The first role you enter is going to be the most critical step of your career. It's going to play the role of a launch pad also. So what that decision is consisting of is the skills that you build, the experiences that you gain, who mentors you, and what kind of opportunities open up later. So be very cognizant and think of your first role not as a trial and error permutation combination thing. Think very consciously of it. And for that, do utilize all the aspects.
So 30 years, a long one. And I've changed jobs, I've changed industries. And, finally, I got a job. My final role was that of a chief learning officer and global head of talent. That role doesn't exist in India. And suddenly, in 2015, Airtel came out with this rule. And when a consultant reached out to me or a headhunter, my response was that I don't think that any of the parameters that were given in the role is something that I qualify for, And I was really, really surprised because learning is not a CXO level role in India. It is an HR, but not learning and development. So I was very scared, but I put my CV in and I got a call. And I was working in Mumbai that time. I had never been in telecom. So I just traveled to Gurgaon, beautiful office, extremely nervous, and knowing that I don't know anything about that role because I've never done that role in life, kind of thing. Then I met the CHRO. Then after meeting for 2.5 hours, he decides that I have to meet the CEO. I said, okay. And so after I met Gopal Vittal, and I consider him to be my best bosses, and I was like, Bhagwan ji, yahan pe de dena, is aadmi ke saath kaam karna hai. The whole reason was because all the things that I had tested for Airtel, and I've checked it, it was not the best place for people. And so not the best choice for HR people. But when I worked with Gopal, I knew I wanted to work with him. And I wanted to get that learning from him. Because I was somewhere looking at that this might be the last time, last assignment I'm taking on. And quite surprisingly, I got the role. Okay. And you know why I got the role? Because I came to know after joining that out of all the applicants, and they would have got the best of applicants, out of all the applicants, I had the maximum knowledge, experience, and skill. Because after campus, from 2007, every year I did a course. I did a dual post-graduation. I did a post-graduation online in design thinking and management. I did from NCR, I did a group development program. From Harvard, I did a program. I enrolled into Columbia Institute to get my coaching certification done. So I kept on learning. And when I was learning, I managed to get that dream job created because this was my dream job. I never knew that it existed, but it got created, and I'm like really glad that it happened. But the reason for getting it is the learning that I got. And every place you will find that the differentiator is the learning and skills. जब जॉब बदलोगे, जब दूसरी जगह जाओगे, तो अभी if you get into now कि okay, which is the salary, which is the highest salary, but highest salary roles might be the ones that don't teach you much. So look at the roles where your development will be the maximum. It is like the trajectory, the launch pad should be such that you go the highest. You know from when the cricket का बल्ला लगता है तो पता रहता है ना कि 1 रन होगा, 2 रन होगा, 6 रन होगा. तो उसी तरह when you are joining ना, the first role वो define वो छक्का है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि वो बाउंड्री के पास जाने के लिए it is very important that what is that you are going to do in your first role. Yeah. Yeah. So we are. So yeah, we have a product that we have built in just to understand where you will be looking at and what kind of a career choices that you are going to make. And to help you make the career choices, it will give you your ikigai. What is the best that comes in? What are the best fits for you? And that you can move forward to. And I'm going to end over here. The choices that you make are completely yours. You can't come back and creep about parents, your professors, your surrounding, me, Dipasri, anybody. You cannot. Because you will be crying alone and blaming. So take it in your, वो था ना धीरू भाई अंबानी का, कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में, वो मुट्ठी में अपना ही मुट्ठी होना है, किसी और का नहीं. So wish you guys all the very best. We are going to be around. If you have any questions, I'm very happy to address them. But you have a lunch break. All of you can. I'm going to be around, but yeah, you can go for your lunch break, and we will see you soon. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Lunch break will be till 2:15. We have management games arranged. Kindly be back.
That 2:30.